Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Technical difficulties with some sound, but we managed to make it through, thankfully. Welcome to another session of Roll for Damage, where a group of us geeky friends decided to get together and showcase our storytelling through Dungeons & Dragons for all of the interwebs. Appreciate your patience. We should be good to go. There are no real announcements today to worry about, so I think we're pretty good to jump in. Just one thing for those of you who join us, we're looking to try and figure out, especially during this time, with like everyone kind of working from home and trying to find things and ways to entertain themselves, to see if there's like other types of content you would want to see from us. So feel free to spit some ideas out in the chat. Like, I am going to be getting the new Resident Evil 3 and Final Fantasy 7 in the next couple of weeks. I could probably stream those from my PS4 if that's interesting at all. It won't be like super high quality stream session because I don't have my video capture card hooked up, and honestly that would take me a fuck ton of time, and I just the PlayStation Eye is good enough for what I want to do anyways. But yeah, let us know if that's interesting, or if you want us to talk about a previous session or just general gaming stuff. Yeah, just let us know if anything interests you. Otherwise, I think we're just ready to go ahead and jump right in. So let's go and jump into tonight's session of Roll for Damage. Sorry, guys. I missed that my entire voice was off. Welcome back. So, last we left off, the group in the sewers was ambushed by denizens that lived there. Rats that were heavily mutated, and a large spider. Taking a few hits and being pushed by their own ally, some of them into the water, the murky, gross water, you all managed to successfully defeat the creatures of the sewers. You continued to move on, feeling exhaustion begin to take hold, and found a room that was dry and relatively safe with which to rest. You took the evening, managed to recuperate, and in the morning hours, you came to the realization that there was a puzzle of sorts in this room, some way to open the door across the way. After playing around and figuring out that words were displayed dependent on which panel you stepped upon, and that it talked about the theme of darkness and light, you managed to open up the gate on the other side and begin to step your way through. But on that first step, a trap sprung. With some ingenuity and thoughtfulness, you managed to disable the trap and make your way to the other side. Upon your continuing journey, you overheard voices and saw light down the way as you began to come upon some sort of interrogation taking place. As you stepped in and were noticed, a battle ensued. You fought well and were gaining the upper hand until the man beaten and interrogated at the other end of the room, who you assumed might have been Logan, transformed into some massive, grotesque, black, inky creature that sucked the warmth out of the room and released a horrific wail. Some of you, unable to stand even the sound of it, initially went unconscious. A couple of you were able to steel yourselves to the sound, but the psychic energy that it forced through your brains caused you to fall. As you were falling into unconsciousness, you heard a voice call out as footsteps came down the way. And that is where we pick up. So, as you all begin to come to, with groggy groans and aches in places you never knew existed, staring at an unfamiliar ceiling, you look around and notice each other laying on beds in a room set up vaguely like a barracks of some sort. The beds are evenly spaced throughout the room, with simple nightstands next to each, with a soft lamp light of the same design that you saw lining the streets in Dash, but at a slightly smaller scale. Your equipment lays on the floor beside each of your beds, kept neatly beside you, looking clean of the sewer grime you could swear you had been in moments before. A single closed door is located on the far wall.
Are we all in this room together?
Yeah, we
You
look
are
around and see
all,
everybody.
yes, you turn around and you look and you see everyone.
Alright, Alright. Who's dead? Sound off. Oh,
Alive.
ow.
If we're
Barely.
dead, how do we sound off?
Barely alive. Just a little bit dead, maybe. A little bit.
Is this
Maybe-
what they
Ow.
call a hangover? Oh,
I mean,
Oh. I hurt in places I didn't know I could hurt. Ow.
I'm gonna look for my canteen.
I'm mostly hurting
DM.
my brain. Oh,
Yes.
I would also like to do a perception check.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, cool. Trying to see if shit's
Pardon my
going to
French,
shit
but
now.
what the fuck
That is a
happened now?
nat 20, my guy.
What are you specifically looking for?
I'm seeing if we are still in the sewer or if we've been moved to another location.
You feel the things around you. This does
Mhm.
not feel like an illusion. You look around and this looks like the interior of some kind of building. You are not sure. Actually, no, you look off to your left-hand side at the other side of the room and you do notice a shuttered window.
Got you. I'm gonna jump out the bed and like sprint to that window and try to open it.
You open sort of the like the shutters.
Yeah.
And it opens up, and it looks like it's you're on a second floor of a building that looks out into dash somewhere.
Okay.
You're not really sure where. You've never seen sort of this street, but it looks out onto sort of like a back alley area. And you can just see street below. The window does not open, and it looks like it has like iron bars across it.
Fuck. Okay. Quick question. Okay. So I don't know if we're still in Black Sun territory, right?
You have no idea, but you also notice that your weapons and equipment is clean and laying beside your bed. And there is a door on the other side of the room.
Okay. Cool. Okay, it's go time, people. We need to get the fuck out of here.
I immediately realize like I'm like someplace strange. Can I look around for my sword if it's around?
Yeah, it's laying beside you on the floor.
Okay.
You find your canteen in within the rest of your goods, cleaned off of grime, but still full of the little bit of liquor you still had left in there.
Yes,
Yeah.
so it really wasn't a hangover then.
I'm gonna scramble around, find my journal, page through it, make sure everything's fine, tuck it away.
It's a little mucky. Like the pages are a little browned and greened, but it's dry at this point. And it looks like it gives off a little bit of an odor, but that's mainly what's sunk into the pages. Otherwise, it looks your notes are all still there.
Okay.
You're
Does
able
anyone
to-
know what the fuck happened?
Last I checked, I was getting stabbed a lot, like a lot, and then I passed out.
Oh, good. So you missed the big.
Fuck all, creature.
I mean, that's one thing to call it. Yeah. I mean.
That is definitely one way to describe it. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh.
Pretty
No,
much.
those
I didn't know.
noise.
I didn't know Logan was gonna turn into some cosmic horror and start killing all of us. Okay, so I don't know if we're alive or we're in hell, but we're somewhere, and I'm not liking this place because it's got bars and they can't cage Nobby Ponds. Okay, I'm not going back to those bars.
I want to go over and flick Dobby in the ear.
Okay, you do.
We are going to have discussion about that later, I think. DM, can I look around? I assume the big tome I keep on my side that's all belted and locked up is also among my stuff?
Yep.
Okay. Can I, inspect it to see if anybody was looking at it while I was out?
Sure. Make a investigation, I guess.
Okay. That would be a 23.
Okay. You page through it. It doesn't look like someone was heavily reading it, but again, you were in the sewer. It looks like a few pages got a little mucked up, and some of it was attempted to be wiped away or wiped off, so that it wouldn't ruin the pages there. So you do see a couple of little smears of wipes of someone trying to clean off whatever was down there, but it doesn't seem like someone was. I mean, it'd be hard to tell. You don't actually have magnifying glasses for fingerprints or anything like that.
Yeah.
But to you, it
more or
doesn't
less, I
seem
was
like-
just looking. Yeah, I was
There's
more or
no
less
ripped
looking
out
to see.
yeah,
if
there's no
anybody
ripped out
opened it or-
pages. There's no, but it does look like it was opened just to again clean it off
Clean
and make
it,
sure
okay.
that it was taken care of,
Then-
basically.
Then I'll just latch it all up and put it back on my belt, like
Okay.
I normally carry it, and grab all my things and put them in where they're supposed to go.
Okay.
And probably start tuning my violin a little bit because I imagine it's out of tune by now.
Question. You said he turned into a thing and there was loud noises?
Yeah, he turned into some kind of fucking cosmic horror, okay, with tentacles and eyes everywhere, okay, and then he started screaming in my brain.
Tentacles.
More than the
Must have
number
been
of tentacles.
disturbing.
And eyes. Think of something with a proper number of tentacles and the proper number of eyes.
Yeah, and multiply that times 13.
Fuck
Yes,
yeah,
exactly
fuck
that. Thank you.
And then-
Like
I mean,
that is basically what we saw. That is
what kind of
Logan
thing has a
became.
proper number of tentacles?
Okay, now I know
Ev-
that.
I think we're bearing the lead a little bit here. How did we get here?
That was going to be my next question.
That's the
Right.
main question right here.
I guess
gonna
I'll
go
get
to
up
the
and
door.
go check the door, see if it's unlocked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna crawl. I'm gonna start getting all my stuff back
Alright.
together.
I'll also
You-
get my shit.
Yeah, so I'll say you've taken some time, Quinn. You've donned your armor again,
Yeah.
and you notice actually that your clothes, they don't smell as bad as they did, and neither
Right.
does your
I
armor.
was about to
Right,
ask, are
okay.
we like bandaged up and stuff?
Yes, it looks like you've been
Okay.
taken care of. Your
Cared
wounds
to.
have
Okay.
been like healed. There are a few bandages. Most of it, though, it looks like it must have been either magically healed or something else. You're not sure, but you don't. Other than just being generally achy, like you haven't used your muscles in a bit, you're not too worse for wear.
Okay.
You Sinric, you head over to the door and you try the handle and it's unlocked and you open the door.
I'm gonna stick my head outside the door. Hello, anyone there?
So as you look out into the hallway, you notice that there are a few doors lining it on either side before it ends with a stairwell leading down. That same soft light that was in the room illuminates the hall in set sconces, even distance apart from one another. You can vaguely hear low murmurs of movement and voices coming from below, but from where you are, you're unable to pick up any conversation.
Well, it appears there's other people here. I mean, the door's unlocked. Might we go enjoy what's in this building?
Yeah, it seems like we're not prisoners, which is good.
Yeah.
Right,
I
but
mean, if we can walk out of the room, we're clearly not being held here.
that's true. But at the same time, do we really want to go wandering about a place that we don't know where we are? I mean, we literally have no idea what this building is, why we're here, who brought us here, who cleaned all of our things, and bandaged us up.
Well, there's people and voices down there, and they might have those answers.
That's the spirit of adventure.
I'm
Can't
gonna
find those
stick
things
my head
down
out
here.
the door
Okay,
and
you're starting to
loudly
head.
call.
You're
Okay,
starting
we're
to
gonna head
the door.
out.
Or is that what you're doing? You're heading out?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
suppose so.
All right. So you
Walking right
you
behind
come
her.
out into this hallway, and there's maybe like another 30 or so feet before you get down. You get over to the stairwell. Are you just continuing?
I'm going right to the stairwell and
Okay.
seeing,
Yeah.
what I see.
So Sinric,
Yeah.
as you are beelining it out, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
I mean, there's no point in staying in the room at this point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So Sinric, yeah, make as you're like the first one.
I see nothing.
All right. You don't hear anything, but you get your way to the stairs, and I guess the rest of you are kind of like trouncing after him.
Mm-hmm.
You get to the top of the stairs, sort of, and the last thing you hear is, apparently they have more constitution than we gave them credit for. You can come join us.
Do I know these voices?
You
Yeah,
you
this-
don't, but
Boltamed?
Baltaim and Peregrine, you know this voice.
That's Lyle, isn't it?
Yeah, sounds like her.
So you make your way down the stairs and enter into a lavish-looking tavern area. Rounded stone beams support the upper floor and the rows of small candles attached to them. The walls are lined with a few art pieces and strange-looking items. There are a few round tables scattered throughout with a couple of patrons nursing drinks and conversing quietly, as well as a few booths poking out from the walls. Just past the stairs is a bar, where you see a human man with trimmed brown hair and a nicely sculpted beard cleaning a glass, an owl and a gruff, gnomish-looking gentleman conversing over drinks. They're all looking at you as you come down to join them. The gnome wears a dark cloak and leather boots. He has short brown hair and a bit of a goatee and a scar running down the left side of his face, but he's wearing a smirk and his green eyes sparkle slightly as you enter, and Dobby, as you come down, you recognize this as Fitz.
Fucking Fitz.
How you doing,
Hello.
mate?
Hey, where the fuck have you been?
I've
We
been
did come
taking
see
care
you
of
at the other
business.
bar, but you
Oh, I
weren't
wasn't there.
Okay.
Obviously.
Well, I was trying to take care of business for you,
Oh.
my man. Okay?
Okay.
I needed a map to the sewers.
And you
okay?
think I just fucking have a map to the sewers? That's just
I
what
think
I
you
carry around. That's not my area. You know, Dobby, you think you're owed a lot more than you are? You should shut your fucking mouth right now.
Okay. You know what?
You're
Fuck
only
you,
alive
man.
because of
Okay.
us.
Oh, because of you?
Dobby?
Okay. I'm in this
Dobby!
shit
Pons,
because of
Mr.
you.
Pons. Mr.
Dobby!
Pons.
And
I'm
he
kinda
just,
like,
and
kinda
then
hold him back.
you see Al
Yeah.
kind of like turn, and she's like, let's not, right? Not here.
Okay? You didn't tell me Logan was into some weird necromancy or whatever god shit he turned into.
Okay, little halfling boy.
I'm
Calm
just
your
like kind
fucking
of hold
tits.
him. Yeah, I'm
for a
just kind of like hold
second.
him.
We didn't know Logan was into some dark fucking shit either. So, you can shut the fuck up for a second. You can thank me for saving your life, or you know what? And she pulls out a gun and points it at your head, and she says, "I'll take you out right fucking now."
Hold on.
You know,
Let's all calm down. Hold on.
That's a lot.
Okay?
Hold
You'll
on.
take me out of all my
Senric,
fucking misery right now.
Can you candle him, please?
I'll pick him up and kind of turn around and face him at the wall,
Yes. Put him in
like by the
timeout.
armpits, and like hold him against
We
the wall.
are we are very
Thank you,
gracious
my good
that
man.
you
And she puts
you saved us.
the gun away.
Might this warrant a couple free drinks, maybe?
Sure. Why not? You deserve it. Barrett, get him something. Sure, ma'am. And he starts pouring out a few glasses of whiskey for the group of you. She says, "Look, I had no idea what was going on with Logan. I don't think anyone did.
Yeah, I think it was a surprise to us all.
I did not expect any of that. And by the way, our short companions outburst aside, the rest of us do appreciate that
Yes,
that you
very
pulled us out
much.
of there.
Yeah, I was just
Very
a
much.
little bit almost maybe dead. I don't know, it hurt real bad. So
You were close.
thank you.
You were close. All of you were close. But, I was tracking you the whole time, so you're just not super perceptive, or I'm just good at what I do. I'm not really sure. But you also left a whole bunch of bodies in the fucking alley that you just kind of left there, which I had to clean up for you as well, Dobby. So you're welcome for that as well.
I told them to burn the bodies.
No, you
Burning
told us
bodies
to burn an
in
entire
the middle of a
house.
city ain't gonna help you. Shoving them in the house and closing it up, although you broke down all the fucking doors, which is also great.
Well, that one might have been more me.
We are
You are just not infiltrators at all.
Have you seen me?
Well,
We,
I didn't
we're a
expect.
bit,
I expected
reckless.
him, and she points to Dobby as you're like holding him away from the wall, or away from her towards the wall. It's like that's what he's supposed to be good at, but I guess he still has
I'm
a ways
gonna
to go.
Look at Dobby and it's like, might we be a little bit more calmer in this situation? I mean, right now, hot tempers aren't gonna get us anywhere.
I am calm. Okay, as calm as I could be after almost fucking dying. I'm trying my best.
we do owe these people a great favor.
Look,
We do.
let me be straight with you.
I'm
managed
gonna
to
set
survive-
Dobby down first.
Yeah, that's fine. You set him down, and he can turn around. And she's like, "Look, you managed to survive because I was there, and because I've dealt with this before."
What exactly was this? I remember being angry and then just hitting the ground before trying to brutally murder someone.
Yeah. Well, he died, so
Well, that's
not
a
by
shame.
your hand, but he's still dead. Yeah. Look. First of all, I wasn't totally honest with you. My name is Lex. That's what you can call me. I just didn't want you to know my real name. But since we're in this and in the shit together a little bit here, I figure I'll be straight with you. Okay, where to start? How much do y'all know about the God of Darkness?
Absolutely nothing.
Well, you just got a front and center lesson on what he can do.
So wait,
A bunch of people pass out and almost die.
I think-
Did you see what came before you passed out and almost died?
I
Hey.
did not.
Again, I was focused on something
I saw
else
it.
in the room.
Well, did you hear?
What
Well, I
I've
remember
actually
seeing
heard because I
first-
failed
Yeah.
to save.
you heard it. That's what caused your brain to like melt in your head.
Oh, I thought that was for the people that passed the save and took damage
No,
instead.
the scream was what you heard, and you failing the save was you insta going.
Gotcha.
Unconscious.
Okay.
Yeah,
but what
we
about the
saved. We
people
just also just got brain fucked.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Because
took
it was
the psychic
me and
damage. of
Taim
this.
that
Yeah.
took half damage. Did we
Yeah.
hear anything after that?
You didn't hear any because you were out on the damage. Like you
Gotcha.
didn't see anything else other than you heard her coming into the you just at the tail end you heard oh shit and the footsteps. But yeah, you were all out, and she's like, did you hear what happened? Did any of you see that thing?
I did. Clear as day.
did.
And
I saw a bit, but the
I-
last thing I remember was the scream.
Yeah.
yeah,
so
I have many questions about what that is.
As do I.
it's
Darkness, tentacle monsters.
Same for me.
it's
But the thing is, darkness break the chains.
yeah. You've
Okay.
heard
Hold
of
you
the,
down?
You've not heard of. You don't know much about gods, I assume. I mean, I'm not a big god lover either, but I've had to learn my fair share about them, given my travels. Okay,
yeah,
let,
no.
let me start from the beginning.
Yeah.
God of darkness, god of destruction. He or they or whatever the fuck it is pretty much. At one point, I think it was normal or like not insane, but after the creators and the destroyers kind of got in there a little tiff, he started to go nuts and started, rather than trying to take his claim of whatever territories he wanted as the rest of the fighting was going on, he just wanted to wipe everything away. They all got together, mostly the creators, but the destroyers helped a little bit, and they chained him in the lowest level of the abyss. So when he finds people who are susceptible, who are weak-willed and will listen to his call, he gets them to do what he needs. Logan, I guess, was down on his luck or whatever the fuck, and knew he was in trouble, maybe thought that this was the right way to go about it, and my guess is he was heading somewhere to help the god of darkness
Well,
handle this.
Okay.
Break himself out.
Oh,
What
so you're saying-
happened to him was a boon, if you would even call it that, but it is how Tharizdun
Gift.
gifts, those of his
That was a
followers,
gift.
makes them stronger and turns them into these maddening, weird fucking things that can do what he needs them to do.
okay.
I thought when you get
his
blessed by a
madness.
god, you just get super strong. You turn into a fucking
Well,
monster.
This is not
Well,
exactly a
that's
very nice
a corrupt
god, is he?
He's, I told you, mad. He's not the same as he's not the same as every other god that's
Now,
around there.
When you say mad, do you mean mad as in angry or mad as in
No matter
just
how
sent
crazy
to
big man.
madness?
Oh,
Seems they
probably
mean mad
both.
as in
I mean, he's probably pretty pissed that he's chained and can't really do much, but he's also fucking insane.
Okay.
And
My
corrupt.
question, Miss Lux. Well,
Lex.
your name? Lex. Okay, Lex.
Yeah,
So-
Doobie, what do you
Do
want?
not like names.
You know my name, so let's not just let's just be straight with one another.
Touche on that. So he's locked in the abyss. Okay. So Logan, he got susceptible to the abyss because he was in the. Are you saying the caldera is near the abyss?
No.
Okay, good.
You don't need to be near the abyss to feel the pull of a creator or a destroyer. They can enter the world whenever they want, and they have avatars walking around whenever they want if they've chosen one.
Okay, yeah, I know about those guys.
I
God
think
So-
his
suckers.
his state of mind was just closer
Look.
to madness.
Yeah.
Look, where you are, you're in Shattered Blades HQ.
Okay, yeah.
I lead the Shattered Blades. I started them, I head them. They're my organization. If you ever breathe a word of that to anyone outside,
Well, everyone thinks you're a dude.
good. That's the way I
I
like
think
it.
that's by design.
But
Yeah, I think
if
that's
you
the way it is.
ever
But
tell
what
anyone about this
relevance
place
is
or
that?
about me, I'll finish what that creature started. And believe me, if I could take out that creature, I could take all of you.
Okay, well.
Quick
why'd you say-
question for the people who are not native to Dash. What the fuck is going on?
I'm trying to explain it to you.
I think your secret is safe with us.
She's a gang leader, okay,
Wait.
and she's threatening us right now if we ever snitch on her.
I
Well, your
literally
secret
have
is-
no involvement in the politics of Dash, so
Good.
do not worry, your secret is safe with me.
Good.
Absolutely.
I have no.
Look.
I have no reason to tell anyone anything.
3 years ago, there was an avatar of the god of eternal darkness. He was discovered and was attempting to raise his master from imprisonment.
Okay.
He was stopped and he was killed before permanent damage could be done to this plane. That creature in the sewers and the transformation that occurred with Logan was a manifestation of his power, and that's his power chained. So you don't want to know his power unchained. So the fact that he's getting up to his old tricks again after 3 years of being pretty quiet means either he's found a new avatar, which I really don't want to think about, and it's possible, but seems less likely given what he did to Logan, or something else is going on.
How
You
long
managed to
is
live
darkness?
through a manifestation of his power, but he knows you now, and you are marked.
Whoa.
How does God of Darkness get destroyed? Who destroyed this God of Darkness before 3 years ago?
No one destroyed the God of Darkness.
We
Oh,
got
sorry,
sealed
it's
away.
his
A
avatar.
group
That's what she's saying.
destroyed his avatar and
Avatar.
stopped his avatar, who was very powerful, but stopped him from being unchained, I'll say. I don't know, some of you, depending on where you've lived, might have heard of the group, but they're pretty well known across most of Altania, but maybe you haven't.
I've traveled a fair bit, maybe I've heard of them.
Their name was Lux Eterna.
Have I heard of them?
Make a... Well, you lived in... Where you lived, you would. You would have heard of them.
I would have heard of them?
Yeah. Baltaim, you would have heard of them
Okay.
How long ago did you say that was?
3 years ago.
Okay, yeah, I probably wouldn't have paid any attention to talk
No.
like that.
You probably wouldn't have, and Dobby just doesn't give a fuck, so he probably wouldn't have paid attention.
I'm doubting I would have heard anything. about
You
it.
wouldn't have.
No, I wouldn't
Didn't think
have.
so.
And yeah,
Lu-
and
Lux Eterna spelled like it sounds?
it's Luxaeterna, I think.
A-E-T?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's how I assumed it was spelled, and that's how I wrote it in my notes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Oh, I
Latin
did it.
for...
I did it eternal like eternal.
Yeah, eternal light is basically the Latin translation of it.
Okay.
So this God of Darkness has come back on this realm.
Well, he's manifesting his power on this realm again.
Right.
Given he transformed Logan into what he did, I don't think he's chosen another avatar, and we definitely don't want that to happen again. And obviously he looks for something very specific in the people he chooses to mock with that power. He doesn't just give it willy-nilly. Most
One more
most
question,
gods
if I
don't.
might. One quick question, if I might. The gentlemen who were beating the holy shite out of Logan before he turned into whatever the fuck
Mhm.
that was, who were they?
The Black Suns. They're the
Right.
rival gang to us. They generally terrorize people, murder, steal, kill, try to
Wait,
take
wait,
more
wait.
territory in
Right.
Dash, and we generally kick them in the face and tell them to go fuck themselves
So,
when we
don't-
can.
So why did the Black Suns want Logan?
Because Logan had a lot of information, which, by the way, you totally missed in that house, but I found it myself anyways. Good thing I was following you.
Also, good thing we didn't commit arson like somebody wanted us to.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been real bad.
Yes, quite possibly the stupidest thing I've ever
Considering
I've
you
ever done.
don't
And
notice
I've done
who's
many a
following you
stupid
or
thing.
who's not following you. But anyway, look, you find the gods are not gonna come after you. That's okay, and you're alive. But given that you're mocked, and this is likely going to happen more, and you'll probably be in the center of it now, because either he's gonna want you dead or he's gonna want to turn you into something that he can use.
Hard pass.
I'm gonna ask you if you want to help me deal with this, because now I have to try and figure out how we get to the bottom of this.
I'll tell you, kind of just smirks and smiles. I think this was this random act of chance was destined to happen.
You're one of them.
Fuck that. Okay, I don't wanna be hunted by some dark evil god. Okay, I was just doing this for a job.
Dobby,
Question for the DM.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that I know that group, do I know if they were like a massive worldwide organization or more
No,
like an adventure?
They were an adventuring group that became very well known. They had actually done some jobs in your home to help, and they've also done other things all across Aotania.
Do I know
They're
the
not really
names of anyone?
affiliated. No, you wouldn't know the names of. You just know the group name.
Okay.
Well, I suppose
Well?
if this will give me a chance to stretch my legs a bit, so to speak, be more than happy to help.
I wouldn't mind.
Okay, my next question is: are we at least gonna get fractionally paid for that job?
So,
Bobby, not everything is about money.
Okay, this was about money.
This
No, this was
unfortunately
about
money for me
information.
as
And
well.
now that
Was it
information
about
is
money?
dead.
I'm gonna
Dobby?
look at him and kind of poke at him, and it's like, well, you and I both know this was not about money.
Mr.
For me,
Dobsworth,
this was unfortunately
Hans?
about money as well.
Okay, you don't get the fucking call me that.
Goldsmith?
I can call you whatever the fuck I want. I saved your life.
Is that
And-
your real name?
Okay,
Dobsworth.
If you
Don't-
want to know anything about Butcher,
I
you'll
pull
shut
out
your
my-
fucking mouth.
I
And
pull
you'll
out
let
my
me
pocketbook
finish.
and start writing.
You wanted to meet me, because I have that information. And now you got a chance to. After I saved your fucking skin. So, look. I have to investigate into this with my own contacts, but I need you to go to Avonhurst Rise. You'll likely be able to get more information and an idea of what's happening from them, as they are very involved in godly connections.
In general, or this one specifically? Just
Both,
All right.
but you'll find out when you get there and meet them.
There is the unfortunate matters that I actually was in this for somewhat for money as well.
I know. That's why I'm giving you this. And she tosses at you, Baltaim, a pouch, and you hear it cling as it hits you in the chest, and you like grab it. There's 300 gold in there. It should be enough to do what you need and get you on your way. And there's this, and she pulls out this interesting device. None of you really knows what it is, but it's like metal with these like runic symbols all around it. And she looks at all of you, and she looks at you, Oriana, and she goes, "You're probably one of the only ones who might figure this out." And she sticks it in your hand. She's like, "It's arcane in nature. with a little bit of technology, it'll allow you to contact me if you ever get stuck. Long-range communication device. And it'll let me contact you if I need to.
Do I need to make a check to see if I know what this is?
You don't know what it is. You've never seen it before.
Okay.
But she's telling you that it's a communication. She says, just press the button here, and it'll ping me when you need to talk. And
Okay.
if I'm available, I'll answer. If I'm not, you'll have to try again some other time. I recommend you use this sparingly. If you try to contact me all the time, it needs time to recharge the spirit crystal that's inside of it. So you can use it maybe for 10 minutes a day.
Sounds fair enough.
It's a very handy thing to have. Now, where exactly is this place we're going? I have the name, but I've been in this town for about a day and a half, maybe. I have no idea where anything else is.
It's south from Dash. It's a bit far south from Dash, but it's basically on the... It's a mountain range on the most southern area of Eos. So, you're going to be doing a bit of traveling, but there's a straight road there. And most of the way to get there is open field and plain. So it shouldn't be too much of a difficult journey. Now, Darby.
Yeah.
I'll look into Butcher some more. If you go with the group and find out more about this breaking of chains and what's going on. Oh. Well, you tell me. Is that agreeable?
As long as I get that info, I'll do whatever you want.
Good. Then here, and she takes out a wrapped up sort of bundle of something and grabs your hand and slams them into your hand. And she goes, if you're going to be trying to infiltrate places, you might want some of those.
Oh.
Try not to break doors down.
No promises.
Yeah,
Okay. I open the bundle.
it's thieves' tools. Now, I have a few contacts that can sniff out where his business might have led him. But just to warn you, I think he's got ties to something way worse than just the work that he was doing originally. So be aware of that. But I will give you this. The latest I got on him, he's somewhere in Saratan. That's all I know. You'll have to do some more sniffing on your end.
You seem like, Mrs. Lex, you seem like a very knowledgeable woman.
I try to be. I'm in the business of information.
It seems like you already know what I'm looking for then, too.
What you're looking for, I can't help you with. But maybe someone else can.
Do you think he can? Enzio?
You're all about fate and luck, so I guess you'll have to find out.
Very well, thank you.
Alright, so, since we got through all of this, you're alive, and you're gonna go, if and when you come back, and you come here, you come around the back entrance, and you give the passphrase. No one saves us but ourselves. We alone must walk the path. That'll be what lets you in to HQ here. And
Is
again, you tell
anyone
anyone
else gonna remember that?
I'll kill you.
No one
I'll
saves us but ourselves.
We alone.
Must walk the path.
Good, so I'll never come here by myself then.
Yeah,
I mean, what better way to keep a secret than never remember it?
there you go. And she just takes another swig of whiskey and like shuffles it over to Barrett. And she goes, "Another." Yeah. Yes, ma'am. And he pours another for her. She takes it. She's like, "Is there anything else?"
Actually, I came here looking for Logan because he was supposed to have information about the Ocean. Maybe.
Okay.
And now he's gone and I don't have any information at all. Do you know anything about the Ocean people?
Nope.
Nothing at all.
That's not my area of expertise. I'm here in the city. I knew about Butcher because he used to be here in the city.
Right.
And also because I know the people who do jobs for the Shattered Blades, and I find out about their backgrounds pretty easy.
Peregrine, if you don't mind me asking, who was looking for Logan for you that you were looking for?
I was in another city, and I spoke to Fulton Earhart at the Explorer Guild.
Make a perception check.
Me?
You.
Okay. That's a 12.
Hang on. Gets to check something. Yeah. Okay. Nothing. But. Okay. Continue.
I lean over. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I lean over to Quinn. Should you ask her about you know who?
I could try, but I don't know how much you know about one random person wandering through the city and then leaving immediately, but
What random person are you talking about?
Pardon me, I thought I was being quiet.
Yeah, I have really good ears.
I can tell.
They seem to stick out very long. That
They're not
elven
that
blood.
long. They're about the same as hers.
Do you also turn into animals?
No, why the fuck would I do that? I have guns.
I also
well,
have 5
fair
years.
question.
I don't turn into anything.
Yeah,
Well,
he has
that's
the
what
same
mine
ears
is.
as me too.
Oh well,
I
I never
punched-
paid
I
attention to
punched-
But
him.
thankfully, I'm not a fucking ginger.
Look at Ginger.
I have heard worse.
It's okay, Prince Charming. What did you want?
I was trying to find some information about someone I'm looking for. Young girl, long dark hair, eyes bluer than anything you may have seen. She was supposedly trying to come through this town, and she was looking to find her way to a temple of the god of light. I was told to ask about her at the inn, but then I ran into these people and immediately did not trust Dobbsworth over there. So I didn't get a chance to ask about her before all of this wound up happening. I don't suppose you would have heard anything about that sort of person, or you have any idea where I might go to find
Someone did come around asking about that stuff in the Gilded Gear.
That's exactly where.
Yeah, young girl. Not super young, but, young enough. Yeah, she was pointed towards Saratan as well. There aren't a lot of temples to the god of light around here. Not that he's not worshipped and stuff like that, just not big temples. The biggest place that worships him, that he pretty much created, was that empire. And it's becoming more prominent again. So, my guess is she's being guided there, if that's her big daddy.
All right.
Which is on the way.
No. Abenhurst rises south. Saratan is like south, and then before you get too far south, you would go, east? And then you come to a big desert wastelandish area.
So
That's
into that direction. Not necessarily.
Yeah, you're going in the right way. I mean, after you go to Abenhurst, you could always, dependent on how things work out and where else you have to go and what the people you meet say, and the information that's exchanged there, that might be another destination that you could head to. But Eos is pretty big. To get between places takes a while, so just be aware of that. There's some travel ahead of you, and none of you look like you can arcanely travel all that quickly, nor does it look like you have the money, considering I just gave you some of mine, to travel by air. So you're gonna be roughing it for a bit.
Nice.
Good
So it'll be a
luck.
camp out. It'll be fun.
One more thing. How long ago was she around?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe a week ago? Might have been less, might have been more. Can't really remember. She was weird, but she wasn't someone I really had to keep tabs on. She wasn't dangerous. She was just out of place.
Hey, that sounds like her. Right,
So,
well, I do appreciate
Are you
it.
goobers just gonna sit around here wasting my time, finish your fucking drinks, and get the fuck out?
You wouldn't happen to have a map, would you?
No. I gave
But
you,
you know-
thieves' tools and a 300 gold coin purse. Go fucking find one.
I think we can take care of ourselves. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Okay. Sorry.
And I get up from the table.
Yeah.
Oh, Fitz, you really choose the wrong people for these jobs. I don't get you. He's just, ugh. How am I supposed to know? He seemed like he could get the job done. She just goes back to her drink.
Oriana will take that first sip of the whiskey, which is probably stronger than anything she's ever had before, so she'll call it.
It's like dwarven whiskey.
Ain't it good?
Did you not like it?
Hey, you can have it.
Oh, thank you. And I'll just down it.
Okay.
I just down
It's
mine.
nice and smooth.
Yeah, I'll put the drink back and then just stand up and just reach out a hand to Lex and I appreciate all you've done, saving us, giving us the information, and also I do appreciate how you've been insulting Dobbsworth basically the entire time we've been down here.
Well, he gets off and starts insulting me after he just fucking had his life saved. So, you know, he's a little shit. Also, probably anything he tells you is a whole pile of fucking lies. Just
We've
like
been
you.
noticing. We've been noticing that.
And she
yes.
takes your hand and she like she shakes your hand and she goes, "Good luck, Ginger Prince." And she pats you on the shoulder.
Forever new nickname.
Ginger Prince.
Yeah,
I like
I just give her a salute as I,
And she just nods.
It's a-
I do this number and I turn and gather my things and start walking out the door.
Oriana will do like a over-the-top kind of actor's bow.
Okay. So you guys, Fitz points you to like the back door, and you guys begin heading your way out the back way, and you are in a alley, and Dobby, as you head out, and as you get to the door, there is a couple of people sort of sitting on chairs like beside the door. They open it for you and let you out, and as you get into this alley, you notice it's the alley that you were looking into for the window at the top.
Got you. Okay, cool.
The door shuts behind you, and you hear a tsk as it locks, and you are out in this alley.
All right. Well,
I guess we go south. Might we look for a carriage, maybe? Or else we're walking.
I'd like to find a map before we try to
I have
leave.
a bit of business I need to tend to beforehand, but I take out 21 gold from out the gold that she gave me. So I have
Okay.
50. And I just I hand it to Quinn.
Hey, whoa, I need my share too.
you need to fuck right off is what you need to do.
Hey, fuck you, gingerbreads.
So there was
Well,
300
I'm
gold in
just
there,
about to
so
Yeah, so there
divided
should
evenly,
be-
it's 50
Yeah.
gold for everyone.
Yeah.
If
Okay.
you want to do that, or if someone wants to keep the bag, it's up to you guys.
I say we can divide it.
Having a little shopping spree and then kind of like
Counting
meet
out
in the middle.
for everybody but Dobby, and then eventually give it to Dobby last.
Okay. Ooh.
And literally just like passing it over his head the entire time when he's handing it out. Like directly over, out of reach for him.
Yeah, and you're like super tall. You're like six something.
Yeah.
He is.
So 50 gold
Mr.
each?
Pons,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
50 gold. I'll take 29 out of it then, and then put it to him. Give it to him,
Give it to who? Quinn?
to Dobby.
Oh, to Dobby. Okay, so
And
you're
we're
only
splitting up
taking
evenly.
you're only taking 29.
Well, he's getting his 50 from his split, and then from my split, I'm taking
25,
21 of
'cause I
it
already
out
gave him
and giving him
25
the
in the
29
beginning.
extra.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was paid in advance.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay.
So I give him 29 extra to what he gets.
Okay, so he gets what, 79 gold.
Yep.
79, yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Or, yeah, 79, yeah.
Okay.
Here you go.
Okay, and everyone else
For
gets 50.
your
Mm-hmm.
eccentric work.
Well, I mean, technically, we did really accomplish what we were looking for.
I mean,
I didn't.
But you were put on a track.
No,
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Oh, I thought we have to go further south to find what you're looking for.
No, that's to find
No.
what we as a group are looking for. Apparently, what she's looking for individually
Yep, yeah,
was
big man.
something only Logan may have had information about.
Yeah.
Wow.
You're gonna wanna keep up. Stop. You gotta stop drinking, man. It's fucking with your memory.
Read the
Keep
room
up,
just
I
the way
mean.
it is.
If I may ask, Miss Perry,
Yeah.
what is it that you are looking for? What?
I'm looking for the rest of my people. I'm looking for answers.
They disappeared?
Not exactly. How much do you know about the Ocean people?
How much do I know about the Ocean people?
Probably nothing.
Just out of
Uh,
curiosity, would I know stuff about that?
No, you wouldn't. You definitely wouldn't. Ori, go ahead and make a history check.
History check. Okay. Pretty good at those. 14.
Are you?
Are you?
14
You don't-
above average?
Yeah, you
Every
don't.
time you say you know stuff.
You don't really know about the Ocean. You've not really
Every
heard of
time you say you
Uh,
do.
can't
Stop saying
say-
you're good at stuff.
Cannot say that I have. No.
That does not surprise me. There's not a lot that people do know about us. We were a big tribe, and then the world got ugly, and the tribe split up, and now there are lots of us. But we don't talk to the other tribes anymore. We've lost our connection, and I need to find them.
So to be clear, you're looking to find and reunite your tribe, not just your family? Or is this specifically family?
My family lives in the Forest of Whispers. I am a fossil. Oshidid. I am looking for the rest of them, the other tribes. Because I am hoping they have answers to what has been happening.
So
What has
what has
been
been
happening?
happening?
Illness. Terrible, terrible, terrible illness. Something we can't cure, not even with druidic magic.
In this the nature? Or this the people?
The people. And we don't have a cure, and we can't find a cure, and my people don't travel. And I decided that I had to.
Well, then, I would consider you a brave soul.
What type of illness?
I don't want to talk about it right now. Not until I have some answers.
All right.
As you wish.
You're trying to find them.
Let's just say it drives people crazy. And then they die and you can't bring them back.
Crazy.
Will go a little bit mad and they go blind. And no amount of magic or medicine has done anything to save anyone.
See. Well, if you're trying to find them, I don't know how we could help, but you've done nothing but help us ever since we met you.
This is true.
DM, does this sound like, from what Lex just described to us, does it sound like that it could be a possible connection to any of that? Or I have no idea.
I mean, it could be, like, but it's up to you as a player to piece together what you want, but, like, this is all the information you have. You have what you as a player know, and what you as a character know.
Perhaps coincidence is aligning further. Maybe that woman said that this dark god caused madness, sickness. Perhaps maybe it's more aligned than we thought.
I don't know. I really don't. And they don't know either.
Well, there's one surefire way of knowing. We head there, we find out more information.
I suppose.
Excuse my inquisitive mind, but you said Logan had information on this?
I spoke to someone in Agraria at the Explorers Guild. I helped him with some sort of slime creatures. And he did not know much. But he said Logan might because he had information. Because he had lots of information about lots of things. And now that information is there.
Does anyone know what this man did beforehand? His ascent to madness.
He was an information broker, or that's what I was told.
That is the feeling I am getting as well.
Right.
A man who knows many things of many different origins.
You know,
I have a good feeling about this.
we were just in the room with someone who looted his home and got all the information she could want out of it. I'm wondering if possibly she picked up something she wasn't aware of. Maybe he does have something, some notes or what have you. I don't know if he left anything behind.
I don't believe our benefactor would have withheld information from Peregrine.
I'm not saying she would have withheld it. I'm saying that if she was looking for something specific, she would have been looking for that and not really paid attention to everything that was there.
Unknowingly.
I mean, if you're looking for the key to something, once you find it, the reason it's in the last place you look is because once you find it, you stop looking. So it's possible maybe she missed something or just didn't see it because she wasn't looking for it. We could literally turn around and ask.
We have the little square thingy. I mean, could always ask it any time.
I mean, that's for long distances, not
No,
literally right
yes.
outside.
I think if she had known something about the ocean, she would have said it.
And something tells me that Lex is not one of the people who would leave behind information of any kind, whether it has value to her current endeavors or not.
Right. To resell.
Knowing the people here, she probably is also not the kind of person to part with said information for, free. She probably needs to see that you're willing to do something for her to part with information she may have found. People here work on exchanges like that.
I have a good feeling about this, Peregrine. I think luck shines brightly on us.
Well, if you ask me, we have not been very lucky lately.
Pretty soon we will all be lucky under blue skies.
I mean, we were just in a filthy, disgusting sewer. I was stabbed near to death. Y'all were screamed to death by some sort of eldritch horror, as I've been told.
And yet we lived to tell the tale.
That doesn't necessarily mean you were lucky.
Doesn't mean we were unlucky either.
Exactly.
I think our current path is clear.
We're kind of stuck with each other at this point.
Well, that much I do believe.
Yes, it seems that Quinn and I are regretting our choice to be good Samaritans.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm not regretting helping.
Quinn, it was a joke. Remember when I told you about jokes? Yes.
I'm familiar with them, but I didn't see that you were actually using humor, seeing as how it was completely not obvious.
At this
I'm
point,
trying to say it was a shite joke.
At this point, you're all standing in this back alley. The door opens, and Lex pokes her head out, and she says, "Fucking go!"
We're having a moment of privacy, please.
Yeah, go away from our HQ. Go to a bar. Get drunk. I don't fucking care. Just go.
Let's continue this conversation on some move, yes?
Let's go.
I like the sound of a bar. Yo, Cindric, let's get fucked up.
There's a bar right in there.
Again.
Well,
I mean, all we have to do is knock and say
those.
those words.
Master Cindric, I do not think that we are invited.
DM, what's the nearest bar here? Would I know of the nearest bar here?
You right now you're in an alley and you're not even sure which part of. Actually, looking up, it seems like you're in the promenade.
Got you. Can I do a perception check to see if I can find a near bar?
You'd need to get to you're not sure where in the promenade you are right now.
Got you.
The street.
We've moved out onto the main street.
We need to move.
Yeah,
into
let's
the
keep
street.
You
moving.
come around
Find out
the back alley and you come out into sort of a main area. And Dobby, based on where you are, you actually don't really come to this area very much. But you notice that the building that you came out of, it seems to be located in the north of the promenade. The property actually from the outside looks pretty cheerful, folksy, and rustic. And it's like gated around the front with like wrought iron sort of fencing. So you can't really get in the front. You see like there are guards posted at the front of the property. From here, you have the potential to go to the either you could go back to the Gilded Gear Inn, but that's sort of on the other side, the more western side. You could go to the Skysol Entreat, which is an area that is like a market area, and there are a couple of pubs there that you know about.
It's okay. So Sky Soul, that's a market area.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's hit that up because we can get provisions on the way to getting fucked up.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we can go to Sky Soul, get some provisions and then get fucked up. Or get fucked up and
I
then
need
get
to head
provisions.
to the Creaky Cog.
So you're heading to the Creaky Cog?
I'm just saying out loud because I don't necessarily know where that's at.
All right. So you guys start heading towards a Skysol Entreat, and it's not too far. The market, this market is in the northwestern sector, and as you get there, it takes you maybe about 15 minutes or so, 20 minutes, and you notice that this is like an area where the locals generally like browse certain galleries. You see a lot of people like meeting friends, dining. There's a theater in this area that often gets different companies of players that tour the cities with like different satires and plays. The atmosphere around here generally seems like warm and friendly. It's got pubs, restaurants, inns, and the theater. You know this is like, it's a market area, but it's not a market in the sense of like buying goods. That would be more where the Gilded Gear was, in that like courtyard outside of the train station, or there's a market area both in the gorge, like for buying things, and in the caldera as well, in that like that market area that you went through to get to the like the Black Corridor, where you went to get into the sewers. Generally, those are the market areas. You also know that there is a little general sort of small courtyard area at the top of the floating disc, because there has to be somewhere where you can get, like, there's a livery up there, there's a general goods store and stuff like that to help people who are then going to travel out towards the Free Kingdoms. So as you guys head into this area, you notice there are two sort of places. You walk along and you see the Odd Truffle Pub, and you see the Crowded Eel Inn.
Do I spot a guard anywhere?
Oh yeah, you spot guards walking around.
Okay, I'm gonna hail one down.
Okay, you find a guard, and he steps over. How can I help you?
Excuse me. I'm looking for a place called the Creaky Cog.
Creaky Cog.
think
And
it's
he
in
like
the
he takes a
caldera.
moment to think. He goes, it's not generally an area I go around, but that's down in the caldera.
Alright. Would you happen to know any directions towards that location?
I mean, I know the name, but I haven't really been there. It's not an area I patrol. I'm sure if you get down there, though, you could probably ask one of the guards near the disc. They could probably point it out for you.
Thank you very much.
Of course. Be safe down there. As he like looks you up and down, and you definitely look like a tourist. So.
Yeah.
And then he continues off on his patrol.
Well, I will. I don't know.
So where are you guys heading?
Peregrine. Yeah.
Hmm?
I know if Peregrine, you or Quinn, I know you two are looking for things that you did not find from Logan. Perhaps this man will be able to help you.
Got some information from.
That's true.
I don't even know if I'm supposed to say her name aloud, but our friend. But it wouldn't hurt to try to get some more. I'm swinging a bit blind at the moment.
So am I.
I suppose we have that in common.
Birds of a feather.
Yes, birds of a feather get entirely lost together.
Mhm. I suppose I could go with you and maybe we can see if there's some information there.
I mean, I wouldn't mind going along. What exactly is this place we're trying to go?
I have no idea fully, but there's this man well, supposedly it should be a man there that could help me. I was, I entered the city. I was attacked by some ruffians. I was told that this person could help me. I had the coin.
I see. Well, apparently you do have the coin now.
Indeed.
Well, we don't really have anywhere else to go.
At least not now. And I have no interest in getting fucked up, whatever that means. So,
Well, a drink might calm the nerves a little bit.
So,
I somehow
we
doubt
three
it will.
find this man. You three find us a good place, good water.
Find us a place to supply up, stay the night. I suppose we can leave unless there's any more pressing business here in town.
I would like to get out of this city as soon as possible. So yes.
I would like to find some trees, or nature, or air that does not smell this foul.
You kind of get used to it when you live close enough and
It actually
around
doesn't
here
smell
quite a
that
bit.
bad compared to the sewer that you were in.
That's
No.
true.
I mean, we are kind of in the promenade now.
Been recalibrated now.
So Dobby, Sinric, and Ori, are you going to the Odd Truffle or the Crowded Eel?
I like the hot truffle.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Dobby,
sounds good.
Sinric, and
Ori-
Ori, are you going with them or are you going on?
Ori's probably gonna go with the other group because
Okay.
she's probably gonna buy some stuff or at least try and figure out what she might need.
Okay. Okay,
I-
so Sinric and Dobby, you start heading towards the pub, and the other four like kind of hang back.
I think I actually have all the supplies I need for a trip, so yeah, I'm going to get drinks.
Okay.
We'll,
so you
we'll
guys,
just kind of say we'll meet here once we're ready and we can see about a room or
Okay.
something.
All right, so you guys head off to the Odd Truffle and like head inside, and the four of you you begin making your way towards the floating disc to take it down towards the caldera.
Oh, we have to ride that thing again.
You
Oh no.
get to the disc and it opens up again, and you are herded in. You take it down to the single story to the gorge, where a group of people are let off, but you stay on to continue going down one more, and are let out into that very heavy black fog, sort of rank smelling section of the lowest part of the city. As you breathe in and you're like, it's not as bad as the sewers, but it's still pretty bad. You step out into the caldera.
Did our benefactors say what our best method of travel would be?
No.
Mm-mm.
She said we'd be going far and to fucking go. Other than that, there were no specifics as to how. Do I have like a handkerchief or like just a piece of like cloth, like bandana sized or something like in my
Probably
in my
not.
stuff?
No.
Okay. I don't think so.
I have to rip your clothes, big buddy.
Yeah.
It would be hard to rip your clothes at this point because they're like underneath your armor.
Yeah. Right. That wouldn't work. All right. Cool.
All right, so you come out into the deepest level of Dash and are standing there as you're filtered out from the floating disc.
Okay. I'll start looking for a guard.
Easy enough to find one. They're on either side of the the floating disc as they like let people in and out. And there are a couple also just in the general area to help like filter people along as they continue through the area.
Mm-hmm.
My good sir, do you know of any inns or taverns around here?
You're looking for a tavern, huh? Well, your best bet is probably in this area. You want to head to the Creaky Cog.
that's what you recommend. Where is that at, per se?
Creaky Cog is, if you just continue down this way, all the way to the north, you'll find it. It's hard to miss. It's a bit run down, but that's just about everything in this area. So, yeah, you'll see the sign.
Thank you very much.
All right, so
And I'll
you
start making my way.
head towards the Creaky Cog where it's gonna take you. It takes you about sorry, I'm trying to. It takes you about, I'm gonna say like 30 minutes because it's like on the opposite side of town to get to where you need to go. But you eventually make it there, and okay. And make a perception check.
Everybody?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
11.
13.
19.
Oh, dang.
20.
Hey.
See, now you're perceptive.
Okay. As you're sort of keeping an eye on things, you notice like a few people kind of like kind of looking at you guys, casing you, but you kind of notice them, and they kind of like dart their eyes away and continue on their way and kind of like leave you to your own business. But you do notice that you're, given how you dress and how you look and everything like that, you're not exactly you stand out pretty heavily, especially in this area of the city.
Parts.
Yeah.
I do believe I lack proper camouflage for this environment.
I think we all do at this moment.
But yeah, you head to it, and when you come to the Creaky Cog, you see from the outside, it looks disturbing, ugly, and depressing. Hardwood planks and well-crafted wooden beams make up most of the building's outer structure. It's nearly impossible to see through the dusty windows, but the appearance is pretty dire and dreary. And you kind of see like the sign is kind of like almost like tilting on its axis a little bit.
I'll head inside.
Malthaim, are you sure this is where we want to be?
I'm not sure this is where we want to be, but I fear this is where I need to be.
Well,
Fair enough, I suppose.
I suppose when we go.
Okay. So as you head inside, sorry, I'm just. It is here. Okay. As you head inside, you head through this hard wooden door. You're welcomed by a few groans and a layer of smoke hanging below the ceiling. The bartender is wiping a glass and really makes no effort to acknowledge your presence. There are huge, dusty lamps situated throughout the room, and the walls are decorated with mounted animal heads and small animals, though most have become like worn and broken. The tavern itself is almost completely abandoned. The few people inside could be locals, could be lost souls, but whoever they are quiet and they keep to themselves and their drinks.
Do I spot any familiar faces? I don't think I saw the person like directly, but do I spot any like inkling of someone that I've met previously before?
Make a perception.
9. There we go.
Okay. Okay. So, as you step in. It's hard to see. It's really dark. It's really smoky. And a lot of people are kind of like heads down, sort of in their drinks.
Okay. So I'll head over to the bartender.
Okay.
Is there anyone at the bar, like sitting down at the bar?
There's like one person that's kind of like got a tankard of something and is kind of like just sitting there, head down, head bowed.
Okay. So I'll just lean in and kind of like, hush tones. I'm looking for someone.
Are you asking the bartender?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you step up to the bar, you notice that it's a dwarf. He's got a long black beard and a hair in a heavy braid at his back.
So yeah, I'm kind of leaning into him and kind of whispering, kind of like I'm looking for someone.
Great. Why do I fucking care?
Because I was told I could meet him here. His name is Enzio.
Don't know no fucking Enzio. You want a drink?
I kind of like subtly, like kind of just like jingle my bag of coin.
He just looks at you. Okay.
I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to do this, to be honest with you. I just know I'm supposed to meet this
Well,
man.
shaking your purse at me sure ain't fuck it.
Right. Can I insight check him, I guess?
Go ahead.
He seem like he doesn't, he's just like, what the fuck is going on? Or like,
Go ahead and insight
come
check
on,
him.
bro. Yeah. Insight. 1.
He seems like he's got a shitty shithole of a bar. You're in his face, shaking coin at him, not buying any drinks, and he
Yep, just an
probably either
asshole.
wants you to
Yep.
get a drink or get the fuck out of his bar.
Right. Okay. I think, sorry about that. I kind of step away. Kind of confused, like myself, like, I don't know what's going on. How many, you said there was like a few people? Like, how many people are in here?
Like 4, maybe.
4. Okay.
At this point, with you like looking awkward, you hear a large like bang on a table at the back, and you see like a cloaked figure just sitting there.
Okay. I'll kind of walk up to that character.
Okay, you walk over, and he turns and looks at you, and he says, "Sit down." And you see
Sit
from the
down.
face, it is Enzo. And the 4 of you kind of sit in this like booth area. And he goes, "You brought friends."
Yeah, I wasn't, made a few friends today. You could say that, yeah.
Apparently. You also didn't remember my name right. And you didn't pay for information, which doesn't get you very far. Just letting you know. You obviously don't really know what the fuck you're doing. Which is why you were attacked in an alley for your coin.
Yes.
And you see this man is in dark clothes that look like they've seen better days. His long, dark hair is tied at the back into a simple ponytail. A few scars, as he pulls his cloak back, litter his ragged face as he peers at all of you through calculating gray eyes. He has the makings of a 4 o'clock shadow, and his jaw is set in a very hard line. He definitely looks like he's seen his fair share of trouble and lived to tell the tale. So, Are you here to shoot the shit and waste my time and jingle a bag of
No,
coins
of
at me?
course. And I just put it on the table for him with the gold.
He grabs it and like looks through it for a moment, and then sets it aside and puts it like in a pouch at his side. All right, look, what you're looking for, not a lot of people know about. Okay. And once I tell you this, that's it. We don't know each other. I never want to see you again. That symbol that you're looking for, it's connected to an organization that's sure as shit doesn't want to know, doesn't want to be found. They don't want to be known, they're secretive, and most of the people who ever find out anything about them are laid to rest pretty quickly. What their goals are, no one really knows, but they have been known to make people disappear. The only thing I can tell you is that I have a contact in Zarithamar. That contact has more information on them and might know where to find one of their outposts. Look, if you're going to head that way, it's pretty far, but you need to find the shop, Gavrick's Gambit, in the sun-seared market of Zarithamar. You ask for Tillman. You tell him you were sent by a friend, and that you see no evil. And then he takes the last swig of his drink, slams it on the table, gets up and says, "Don't contact me again. Don't come for me. Don't try to find me. And watch your back." And then he just walks out of the tavern.
I think we should go.
I agree. I think that.
I don't like it here at all, and I want
We
to
should
go.
right now.
This seems like it was not a great plan. In
We need to go.
retrospect.
Let's stop talking. Let's go.
Yeah, walk and talk, walk and talk.
I'm going. I'm going as fast as I can. I don't want to be in this place anymore. I don't like what they've got on their walls. This looks wrong.
Okay, so you guys begin heading out, and you continue towards back towards the floating disc.
Yep. Yeah, this one we'd just be heading back to the tavern everybody else said they were going to.
Okay, so
now,
you
does everyone know where the fuck the Rhythmar is?
I have no idea. And right now, all I can think about is all of those animals. And why would you put them on the wall like that? That was wrong.
Right. We'll find a map. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think the first stop we need to make before they turn is a cartographer.
I'd agree. We need to find. Go ahead.
Otherwise, we're not going to have any idea exactly where the fuck we're going.
I agree, and then I want out of this town. I do not like this place at all.
I don't think we should stay here another night. I think we should get what we need and get going.
Yeah, about what time of the day is it?
You're not really sure.
We're
It's
like
dark.
down in a
You're
stack
dark in
cloud.
you're in a hole, and you couldn't really see
We're in
through. It's hard to see to the top of the canyon to even know what time of day it is, and you never bothered to ask when you woke up.
When we were up
That
on
would've been a
the
smart question.
promenade, did they tell us this was a good place to like get traveling supplies down here, or was there somewhere up in the
No,
promenade?
they never told you anything.
No, we
You
didn't
never
even ask.
asked.
Yeah, we didn't.
We need to find a
inquire.
marketplace is what we need to do.
Yeah, but there was one on the promenade, and I think we'd much rather shop up there than down in this.
Yes,
hole.
I do not like
So,
the ice
I
that
think
we are getting
Promenade
down
is
here,
safe.
and it is making me quite uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah. We
Yeah.
need to get back up. And as far as leaving today, I think I should point out that one of the last things that the others said they were going to do when we left them was, quote, go get real fucked up. Now, I don't know how much restraint they have, but I'm guessing little's and none. So by the time we get back, I'm thinking they're going to be several sheets to the wind, and not in the best shape for traveling. I mean, we can carry Dub's worth, but the big fella is going to require a cart.
I love that his name is Dobsworth. I'm going to make so many good puns.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. But we may want to hurry if you want to have any chance of leaving any sooner than tomorrow.
I quite agree. I don't think we should stay here. I'm also concerned as to the trustworthiness of said Dobbsworth.
I've never trusted that little man any further than he could throw me. So, yeah.
Sinrek is a very agreeable person, I feel. But should we perhaps, whilst we are walking back towards our way up to the promenade, discuss our efforts of leaving and how we are going to travel?
We should try and figure out if we can afford to get our hands on anything such as horses, a cart, or something to make travel a bit faster. Maybe see if there's a caravan heading that way we can just go along with.
That's a good idea. I think maybe.
Right.
I've been traveling on my own for a while. So and just
All right.
mostly walking. So
you guys are heading back to the floating disc to head back up.
Yes.
Go ahead and make another perception check.
Okay.
that's another 20.
Ooh, 22.
Ooh, no, that's a natural one.
A 5.
Okay. So, Peregrine and Quinn, you, as you're walking, you see a couple of people kind of notice Ori a little bit, and are almost casing her a little bit. But as you kind of like stare back at them and keep like notice, they kind of back off and again follow you for a little bit, but then break off into other crowds and kind of leave you alone. You manage to make your way to the floating disc without any issue. You have to wait about 10 minutes or so for it to come down to the bottom level, and then you get on with the rest of the crowd to head back up to the promenade. After about another 5 minutes or so, you manage to get to the top, and you filter out again into better smelling air that doesn't hurt your nose as much, and almost feels refreshing at this point, and are back in front of the floating disc. You make your way towards the and you see like a heavier guard presence here as well. You make your way towards the truffle, the odd truffle, and you get there, no problem. And you just see a cozy looking tavern that seems to have some noise filtering out from it.
Cool. Do we see the others?
So you head inside. Okay. So you head inside. It's got a nice warm atmosphere, and you see like a small group entertaining at the side of the tavern, playing a jaunty tune. As you head inside. The you do see Dobby and Sinric at the table, and back to Dobby and Sinric for this time before they get there. What have you guys been doing?
So, should we maybe procure maybe some horses, a cart or something? I mean, we're gonna be traveling, and the others probably don't know their way around town and are probably lost by now.
They're probably get robbed by now.
You know.
Quick question, DM. Would I know a guy who knows a guy that could sell us horses?
You would not. You do know that, one, there are no horses down in Dash.
Okay.
You do know, like I said, that there is a small sort of like courtyard area at the top of the floating disc where it lets people off out into the free kingdoms area that has a livery and a general store and a couple of things to get people on their way. You know that that's where you can procure horses. You won't be able to get a horse and a cart, and you will not be able to bring it down into Dash.
Got you. Do I know of a better way of transportation that we can get where we need to go to, though?
You do not.
Okay, cool.
Like, there's the train that goes from Agraria to Dash. That's like one of the fastest modes of transportation you've seen. But that it only goes between those two cities. There's
Yeah.
no fast travel.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't just
Not until
teleport.
we've been to the location, and then we just have to click the map and we go there. That's how
That's
this
right.
works.
That's how it works.
We just need Roach at this
Gotta
point.
get there first, then you can Octopath Traveler. Okay.
If watching the Muppet movie has taught me anything,
Montage.
if I just doodle on a map, I will end up where I want to go.
Yeah,
You
we
do
travel by
know.
map.
You do know that air travel does exist. Only the most wealthy can take it. Arcane air travel.
Oh, we're so filthy rich, though.
And there is you'd have to take it from the closest port would be Agraria, and you'd have to take it. You'd have to pay a lot of money. Like, you don't have any way of getting on one of those. Like, you don't have any friends in that space.
No, not until we meet a guy named Sid that builds them, then we befriend him, and then we get the airship.
That's right.
Soon we either hijack or commandeer.
Become air pirates. Yes.
Yeah, so being
so-
Don Carnage.
Sailing the skies, can deal with that.
So yeah, I'm talking to Senric. I'm like, okay, well, the only other way really on the transportation is the fucking train, but that's Gloria. Okay, that's not where we're gonna get where we need to go. You can probably get some horses, but they're not gonna be cheap once we get up to that little area to the Free Kingdoms out of Dash. But yeah, there's not a lot of fucking options. There's a lot of shit that I was not fucking asking for, my man.
Well, take this as your opportunity. I mean, you can get out of the city, get away from it, take a break, take a breather. You might even grow a little bit of a heart.
And Cedric, you'd also know that there's a livery and transportation and a courtyard for general goods, because in order for you to often come this way from your village, like if you've ever come here by foot, which you have, it requires you to go up the canyon and then come down through the floating disc. The only times you've ever come through is if you've taken your fishing vessel and docked it at the docks, but the docks can kind of be a little sketchy, and you generally don't like to do it.
That's for, business ventures.
Exactly.
We could always steal a boat from the docks. I know you've been looking for a new one. We can just do it.
We have to go south, and, well, I may not be the smartest person. That's not going to help us very much.
Well, actually, no, because that wouldn't work multiple days. Okay. Yeah,
Who's
no.
the smart one here?
Okay. You know what? I'm tired. Okay, I just got cucked into a job. Double cucked into a job, and now I got an evil god, okay, trying to kill me. Okay? We're fucked. Zinric, okay? Maybe I'm a little off my game. I'm getting old. We're getting fucking old for this shit.
Let's enjoy some drinks, get some horses, and just start heading south. It'll be better.
Okay, I'll say, so you guys are just sitting and getting drinks. You're getting some food as well?
Yeah, meat. Lots
Ooh,
of
yeah.
meat.
Okay, yeah, they have like
Maybe
boiled
some
sausage
turkeys or stuff like that.
Yeah, they have baked deer and curd cheese. They have boiled sausage, dried peas. They have, poached phoenix and artichoke, braised dragon and onion.
How do they poach a phoenix?
Sorry, poached phoenix egg. Sorry,
Oh, there we go.
I read that wrong.
So I assume they have like a meat or something like that.
Yeah, like venison.
Yeah, like I said, sausage, deer.
No,
sorry.
mead.
Oh,
drink.
mead.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Tankard. Yeah, tankard of beer.
Yeah.
Looking at that.
I'm going with the mead this time. I mean, something a little bit sweeter.
Okay, so yeah, they have mead. So you get food and mead. I'll say you guys are drinking for a bit, and you're just gonna keep, I guess, the drinks coming.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How long are they going to be gone?
Are you also getting mead, Dobby?
I'm getting mead with shots of Dorvish vodka.
Vodka. Okay.
Oh god, we're going to be carrying. Well, it's a good thing you only weigh
Okay,
like
so
30
between
pounds.
the two of you, for the period of time, I'll say, and all you're having is just the mead, like just more tankards of mead.
Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, I'm going to be throwing them back at my normal pace. But
Yeah. I'll say.
It just all depends on how long, they
Yeah.
take to do their shopping is to
Minimum an hour, right? To go start
Yeah,
receiving
yeah, because they had to get
coherent
down
I'm
there.
gonna
They had
be.
to
Yeah.
travel across. So they're it took them about an hour and a half or so.
Yeah.
I mean, should we just roll like
No,
a
no, I'm
D6 or a D8 or something?
well, I'm gonna get you to roll something, but I'm just calculating the cost of all this so that I have it in my head.
yeah.
I'll say for this, it's good with the food and everything like that. It'll put you at about 2 gold between the two of you.
Okay, cool. Gold.
Yeah, I'll throw a gold down on the
Okay.
table.
So 2 gold. I need both of you to make Constitution saves, please.
Roll for
God.
Here we go.
That's a 16.
Okay.
That's
Yes.
a
Okay.
five.
So
At least it's the small
Sinric,
one.
you're feeling nice, and you're feeling like that nice buzz on, and you're like,
Red-faced, happy.
Yeah, you're in a good place. Dobby, you're fucking trashed. You're not at the point where you're like ill, but you're like slurring your words, you're like swaying.
And
You're
I'm
actually
just
pretty happy
babbling
too.
Shit. Got you.
Yeah, but yeah, you're just babbling along to Sinric about like how miserable you are, that the fact that like you got pulled into this shit that you didn't want to have to deal with, and you're a grumpy Gus a little bit, but feeling good. And you guys end up stepping through the door, and you see the two of them, Sinric in another tankard of mead, and you see a few like shot glasses around their table. You see some food, and you see another sort of glass in front of Dobby, as he's kind of like his head keeps like drooping down a little bit, as he's like talking off to Sinric, and this is what you walk into.
Do we notice them
Save
coming
enough
in?
for us?
Make a perception check. You both of you make a perception check with disadvantage.
Got you. 11.
6.
No, neither of you really knows.
All I ever wanted was my own bar. How hard is that?
I mean, a bar. What would you name it?
I would name it Dobby Pond's House of Debauchery and Cuisine.
That kind of sounds like
It would be a
brothel.
chain of them. They'd be everywhere. And I'd be fucking rich.
We could, keep the service of the ladies. I mean, it would be wondrous for the city, for business.
Oh yeah. See, we should be business partners. Like even more business partners.
And you guys walk over as they're having this conversation.
Mage hand tap on Dobby's shoulder.
Oh shit.
I try to look over out of the stool. I almost fall over.
Make
There's nothing there.
a dex check for me, please.
Let's see if almost actually happens.
That's an 8.
You fall,
yes.
your chair just like tips backwards and you fall,
Yes.
and you laugh.
Would you like me to pour your drink while you're down there?
I think he may have had enough.
So I'm gonna try to pour his drink in his mouth while he's on the ground.
Okay, yeah, you pour it. Dobby, make a dex check for me, please.
Okay.
19.
Yeah, he like gets right underneath it, and it's just going right down his mouth as he's drinking it.
So that's when you're dexterous. I mean, you just need a little bit of encouragement
No
there.
party fouls for Dobby.
Greetings, friends. I mean, come in, have drinks.
And Dobby, you pick yourself up and right your chair. And
Oh yeah.
I think y'all have had enough. all of
Nonsense. I can still walk.
Yeah, I can
But Dobby's in the
I
floor.
can still walk too. I
I
just
can fit
take
in
a
my
rest.
backpack.
Yes.
We're okay.
You can carry me.
That's all well and good, but we kind of need to get going.
Already.
We're
I
waiting
don't
for you to
think,
get
he's
horses,
going
and
to-
you may just
No,
want to
no,
have
no, 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 no. We were supposed to go with them to get the horses. You mixing.
My guts. They made plans and then got drunk and forgot their plans.
Delightful.
Well, we were on the right track.
We
Anyways, the horses are up. We just have to go get them.
All right.
What?
Are either of you in a state to do that? Because I mean, I
How
can.
do you know what time it is, either?
If they can show us where the horses are, I can make arrangements. And
So yeah, at that point, I'm gonna stand up, and I'm feeling kind of buzzed and tipsy, but
Okay,
You
stand
know,
up
I
and
should
make
be good to walk.
a dex check for me.
Oh boy.
A dex check.
Check, yeah. Straight dex.
So that's a 17.
Okay, yeah, you get up, and he seems fine. Like
Okay.
he gets up, he like pulls his chair out cleanly, like puts it back, and he's just like standing there. He's a little red faced and jolly, but he's okay.
Big
See?
Wow.
Carry
We
me.
should go.
Carry me.
Wait,
The fact that Dobby is asking for this, he's pretty drunk.
Oh yeah,
Dobby
he's
want
fucking,
uppies.
he's fucking
Okay.
I'll put him on my shoulders, you know, like
Okay.
the carrying the
Okay.
kid.
Yeah, you gonna carry me like a monkey. Yeah.
Okay,
How tall is the door frame, and do I notice the door frame?
that's what's gonna happen. They start walking. Dobby, make another
Dex.
dex check for me. Please.
Gotcha.
now
It's an 8.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so you walk through the door like just jolly and happy, and you're 7 fucking feet tall. Dobby's short, but with him on your shoulders,
That's an extra
he's still
3
about-
feet. I
yeah,
mean-
he's still about 2.5 feet. The door is not that tall, so as you guys are like laughing and talking, Dobby, you go through the
high
door,
up
and
here.
Dobby, you just like smack and then just fall off of his shoulder and slam onto the hardwood floor, and you're just like on your back like, oh! And Cynric, for a moment, you're just continuing to walk until you're like, my back is a bit lighter than normal.
Like-
and then you turn around and you're like, how the fuck did you get there?
Question:
Oh,
Is
Or, yeah,
Cynric
that
tall
drunk?
enough that Dobby takes fall damage?
Well,
7
I'm gonna say that it's more of a funny thing that he just like
Well,
fell
I
on his
mean-
back.
only to his
Drunk,
pride.
drunk people are more fluid with their movements,
Yeah.
and they tend not to get hurt with stupid
Yeah.
things.
Oh,
He's
Oh,
gonna be a
man.
little bruised, like, but right now he's not feeling it. That alcohol is just numbing everything.
What you doing on the ground? We have to go.
Cindric, hold on.
Your nose and your face feel a little smushed there, Dobby, and you're just like, ah, but you're okay.
I think maybe
Oh,
we might want to slow down our departure just a bit because of
Yeah.
this. What time is it?
Yeah.
Now that we can actually probably
Make
see
up,
up.
make a percent. Well, you can't. Are you out? Are you walking out of the bar at this point?
Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
would have seen the sky.
Yeah, we
on
were
the
trying
way
to
in.
slow them
No,
down.
you won't see the sky. The fog blocks the
Mhm.
canyon.
Oh, okay.
Have to ask someone the
Never mind.
time.
So I'll say like
Okay.
you walk back into the bar, and you take a look, and there's actually a clock on the
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
on the
nice.
wall.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
about
time
mid-afternoon or so,
Okay.
Okay.
maybe like
Mid-afternoon.
two-ish.
Yeah, see,
Okay.
we'll have enough time to break
Yeah.
town, set up camp, enjoy a
Yeah,
nice
but by
night in the
time we
open.
leave, we'll be taking a rest shortly afterwards too, won't we?
Well, that or our other option is stay at the inn and drink more.
I think maybe not drink more.
I think
Oh,
the
for
drinking
drinking
portion
more.
of the day is
all the
come to a
drinks.
close.
Buy
Tommy.
everybody a drink. Yeah.
Only
Dummy.
people that can stand on legs get a vote.
Okay, I try to stand on my legs.
You pick yourself back up. You sway a little, and the world is a little like tilting a little bit, like you're on a ship, moving back and
Okay.
forth a little. But
Okay.
you're standing. He's standing like this and like swaying.
While
I
he's
go-
swaying,
I go like
walk
this.
up-
How many fingers am I holding up?
12.
I walk up and I kind of like push him, like tap his forehead to
Mhm.
see if he falls over.
I'll say like with that he's able to catch himself, but it's like a hard it's like a hard stop like to catch himself.
Or this is
He is
My vote still
very
stands.
drunk.
He'll be fine.
all right. Well, you're in
Well-
charge of him then.
We'll drag him along. It might do you guys better to, get out of town sooner and, enjoy a nice night underneath the stars and the open sky.
Stars are good.
The
Stars
open
are very
sky
good.
Sucks. So bright. So many stars.
Nice. Well,
It'd be better to get him out too and away from this town.
The alcohol seems to make him a little bit cuckoo.
Well,
Tommy Pond's at
yeah.
a Dash. I am Dash.
When you live in a place like this, it doesn't exactly treat you well. Shall we go to the horses?
Delivery?
Yes, why not? Since I've had crazier ideas.
All right.
We'll also need supplies for making camp.
I mean, I have some stuff.
I have my own supplies on me. Did you guys not stop to purchase provisions?
We did
No,
not,
not on
not
the
yet.
way. We didn't know what everyone would need.
Well then, would I know where the market is from here? Like the
What
general store
market?
you said that was like
That's
with the
at the top.
library.
That's at the top
Yeah.
of the floating disc.
Yeah, so
Out of
we'll
the
be fine.
canyon.
Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll go to the same place.
Okay.
We can buy supplies, rent horses, do what we need to.
I like horses. They're so big.
Everything is big to you. Can you walk?
No.
I'll pick him up and just kind of put him like over my shoulder so his head is pointed behind me. That way, if he does puke, it's gonna be behind me.
Okay, yeah. So he's hanging off your shoulder, but he's not like hanging like down off your shoulder. He's just like over off your
Yeah,
shoulder.
like a baby. Like I'm nuzzling
Yeah.
into his neck.
Yeah, you're like patting him, giving him a
And make sure to walk
giving him
in
nice
front
burpees.
of them.
But yeah, so you guys start walking towards the floating disc, and you wait. You have to wait a few minutes as you get there, as it's initially going down towards the caldera. But as it begins to rise back up towards the promenade, it is your time to step on. And as you step in to the floating disc to make your way above ground, that is where we'll take our break for tonight.
All right.
All right.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, again, if you're sticking with us, thank you very much. Please just give us some. We're not all done. We're just taking a break. But please do, if you have any ideas for anything you might want to see us also stream other than this campaign, barring another campaign, because I do not have time for that. But if there's anything else that you guys are interested in seeing, what?
What would the likelihood of doing like maybe some pre-sold modules?
If you want to DM them, be my guest.
I mean, it's something to consider.
But Serenity is not doing that because she is inundated with D&D. Her life is pretty much D&D all the time, and she already runs 2 campaigns. And already streaming one of them almost puts her sanity. I'm getting close to being Thurston's thrall. Close.
A little bit.
So
I mean, she's already speaking about herself in the third person.
Yeah. So
I mean,
Smell what the DM is cooking.
You just need some extra French fries. You'll be fine.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, so please, guys, stick with us. We'll be back in a short break. We're just gonna go to the washroom, fill up our drinks, and then we'll be back with you for the second half of the show.
Yay.
I stopped drawing on my mouse pad at this point. Then.
That was all on stream, so yes.
Oh. Okay. Well.
All right,
Oops.
guys, we are back. Welcome. We are going to get back into it as this group is heading up the floating disc to the top of the canyon. I just need to find the music that I'm going to play here. Where is it? There it is. All right. Okay. So, as oh, that's the wrong one. Oop. Of course, I do the wrong music when I'm. There it is. All right. So, as you step in to the floating disc, and the floating disc begins to rise up over the promenade, you watch as the glowing arcane lights get dimmer and the platform rises through the black fog permeating the city. You feel the rays of light filtering through the canyon hit you as the warmth of the sun meets your faces, and those of you not used to the perpetual darkness of Dash feel comfort wash over you as your eyes squint a little bit in the light. The platform hisses and halts, and the mechanical doors open out into a lively courtyard with various businesses ready to outfit travelers for their journeys on Eos. A building with the sign Been and Gone, as well as another business called Crease Lightning Livery, are the main stops for travelers, with a few smaller carts selling various foods and trinkets.
Where do we want to start? Supplies or transportation?
Good
Well,
question.
I mean, they're both right here. We can pick up our horse and cart and then load the supplies directly onto it.
Good enough.
And this way we won't have to carry Dobby. We can just put him in the cart.
That would be a fine idea.
That seems like a good plan to me.
Struck him right the fuck in it. All right.
Makes sense.
So I guess we're off to the library.
Okay.
Yes.
You head to the livery. All right, so you come over to Crease Lightning Livery and head inside. The entrance to the livery contains a main desk where an elderly gnomish woman sits atop a high stool writing in a ledger. As you walk inside, she looks up and she goes, "Whoa!" And you see she has dark skin, big bright blue eyes, very curly long white hair which is tied into a ponytail. "How can I help you?"
Greetings, ma'am. We are just looking to acquire some horses and carts. Nothing that's all that fancy. Just something good for travel, good for pulling. A workhorse.
Okay, I can get you some of those. How many horses are you looking for?
And how much of a cart do you have that would require pulling?
How much weight you planning on pulling?
And I'll
Are you
point
just
in-
using the cart to store a few odds and ends in it? You probably get by with one horse, but if you're planning on traveling in it yourselves as a group, plus whatever else you carry along with you, you're probably gonna need 2 horses.
That's probably what we may need then, because I'll just point at Cynric. We are going to be hauling around quite a bit.
Oh, you're a big fella.
Are you trying to call me
Actually,
fat?
and she looks at like the 3 men, and she's like, "Well, actually, you're all big fellas. Oh, it hurts my neck."
If you like, I
Well,
could
already.
lift you up so we're looking eye to eye.
No, it's fine.
I already got one on this side. I can clearly put you on this
I
side.
kneel down. Or perhaps we can
She looks as like at Dobby, like carried over your shoulders. Is your friend okay there?
Oh, he's just drunk.
Oh, had a little too much fun. So 2 horses then?
And the cart.
And a cart.
Please.
Okay. Well, for that and all the bridles and braiding and everything that's needed, plus feed, you're looking at 120 gold.
So, group huddle, divide money.
Okay.
So it'll be 24 gold from everyone except Baltine because he broke.
Yep.
And she just calls over. She goes, Kaylin! And you see like a young boy run in, and he goes, yeah, ma'am. Get 2 horses ready and the cart, and get them all strung up for these nice fellas here. She goes, okay. And runs off to the back. He'll bring them around out front for you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mom. Appreciate it.
So you guys are handing over the 120 gold?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, so you hand over the 120 gold. She takes it, and she puts it in, like, down by her side, in sort of like a drawer near her, like a cash drawer, and she closes it and locks it, and she goes, is there anything else I can do for you?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you travel safe then. For Kingdom's a
Thank you,
big
Tom.
place.
Thank you, Mom. Appreciate the help.
Yes, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Best of luck on your travels. And she goes back to writing in her ledger. As you guys walk out, after about 10 or 15 minutes, you watch as the young boy brings the cart with the 2 horses already hitched up to it out to you guys.
Cool.
Here you go.
Thank you very much. I immediately go to the horses and start like talking to them, like whickering and stroking their muzzles.
Got you.
You don't
as-
speak animal, do you?
No. I'm not speaking with them.
Oh,
I'm
you're just like
speaking with them. I'm just,
Like,
Playing with
who's
them?
a good boy?
Gotcha.
Who's a good
She's
boy?
like talking.
Okay.
Like,
She
she's like
make,
found her
make
puppet.
an
She found her
animal
puppet.
handling check.
oh shit.
Oh, boy,
While
here we
she's
go.
talking to the horses, Oriana will kind of lean down, pull a
That's a
silver out.
14.
Okay, they like nuzzle you a bit.
Got you. Dobby,
Oriana,
Dobby's still
Dobby-
being held over Sinric's shoulder.
yeah, Dobby taps like Sinric's head, and he's like pointing over horses. No, horses.
You want? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll go over and put Dobby on one of the horses.
Oh, so big.
Okay, there's no. Are you like leaving him there, or are you like holding on to him? While
There's
he's,
like no
on
bride
top?
over here.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just setting him on the back of the horse.
Okay, you set him on the back of the horse. As you are placed on the back of this horse, Dobby, first of all, make an animal handling check.
Probably know enough to, maybe.
With disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh god.
Oh
Let's
boy.
see this.
This is
Please. D&D gods.
Oh, there
As
it
you're
is.
like, horsey, it doesn't realize like this new weight is being placed. It's already been hitched to the post. It rears up, and Dobby, I need you to make a dexterity save with disadvantage, please.
Gotcha.
Lucky's
All
on
right,
my side.
you fall backwards and tumble a little bit off the horse, but you manage to like right yourself, still swaying a little bit. You don't take any damage, but you're not on top of the horse, and you have to like jump out of the way a little bit so that you don't get like rolled over by the cart.
While this shit show is going on, Oriana's gonna pull a silver piece out of her pocket and hand it to the boy and just say, "Thank you very much, young man."
Oh, thank you. Good luck. And then he runs off back into the livery stables where they keep the other horses that they're tending to.
Cool.
Perhaps we should put him in the back of the car.
I think. That,
Back
Yeah.
of the cot, yes.
Well, I think leaving him without supervision would be about as dangerous as putting him on a horse. In general, maybe we should just go back to Kenran like a wee baby.
Oh, let me go on. Let me go with cash and money.
What?
Cash
Boy,
and money.
Cash and money. I named them after my brothers. Because they look like horses.
Right. I don't.
That's okay. He won't remember any of this in the morning.
I would hope not, because I don't think that's what we're naming the horses, is after anyone connected to him. Perry, you seem to have a way with animals.
I do need
What
to
would
buy
you
a
call
few.
them?
Well, they probably have their own names, but I don't know how to speak with them. Well, I mean, I do. I don't have that prepared today.
Well, we can find out some other time then. Meanwhile, I suppose we can get the shopping over with.
Yes, I do believe I
I'll
need to
just-
pick up a few things.
Point over
Yeah,
to the
I do
store at the
too.
other side.
Yeah.
And I'll head over to the
Well,
store.
Sorry, what are
I'm
you?
not doing this shopping, so you can leave Dabba with me. I'll watch over the car as well.
All right, fair enough.
So are you
That
putting
works.
Dobby in the cart?
I'll help him get into the back of the cart.
Whoa,
Okay.
yeah,
He shoves your butt into the back of the cart.
cool.
And Baltame, you're watching over as the rest of
Yeah,
you
I'm
head
just, like,
for.
sitting, watching.
Yeah, you guys head for Bean and Gone.
Oh yeah.
So as you step inside, you see a shop lined with a few aisles of shelves with all manner of general goods, from rations to oils to lanterns. Pretty much items that a traveler might need when making a long journey. Those can be found here. At sort of the front desk area, like at the back of the shop, where like the cashier's desk is, you see a human wearing typical merchant clothes, along with a very nice hat, tan skin, green eyes, short, curly blonde, almost white hair, and has thick sideburns.
Greetings, sir. We are looking to purchase some goods for the road.
You're looking to purchase something? What can I
Yes.
help you with?
We would like to purchase, or I would like to purchase, a few torches.
Torches? Okay.
Oh boy.
Tent?
Can I do an insight check just to see if this guy is messing with her?
Sure, yeah, make an insight.
No, I love him. I love him.
I don't care if he is. I'm
It's a
enjoying
17.
this so much.
No, he probably just has a lisp.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
You are doing so much already.
Okay.
I'm just gonna sit back and look
How
amused
many
at that point.
torches?
Let's go with 10 torches.
10 torches. Okay.
I also have some torches, Oriana, so you don't necessarily need that many.
Oh, how many do you have?
10.
Oh, I wasn't sorry. We will not be needing torches after all. I
Okay, no
apologize.
torches.
But we will need at least, how many tents did we say? Like 1 or 2?
2, I believe, will suffice.
3
our
for
purposes.
everyone. So
Okay,
I'll pick up
3.
a tent.
So you will
Three.
need 3.
3 tenths. Okay.
Well, yeah, I'll pick up some supplies that I want as well. Once everyone is done.
The tents can be found in that aisle?
Okay.
And points over.
I guess I should make a list of what I want.
But would you happen to have any traveling cloaks? Just something that maybe protect against the weather? Something like that?
Traveling cloaks, yes, over in the clothing aisle?
And I'll go there and try and find just 4 that are they like one size fits all, or is there like a section? This is the Goliath section. This is the Halfling section.
No, it's like it's not one size fits all, but there are like various sizes there that you can
Okay.
find.
Then I would see if there are 4 of a size to fit myself, Perry, Baltame, and Oriana.
You, Perry, Baltame, and Oriana. Yeah, you can find cloaks that could fit you guys.
Okay.
Okay. What else did we say we needed? Everybody should have rations.
So 2 tents and 4 cloaks, or 3 tents. Sorry, 3 tents, 4 cloaks.
I would like to buy about 50 foot of rope.
Okay. 50 feet of rope. Okay. What kind of rope? Hempen or silk?
Hempen would be fine.
hempen rope. Okay. So the tents, 6 gold, cloaks, 4 gold, silk, hempen rope, 1 gold. So that puts you at 11 gold.
And then if I could also, if you have any soap.
Soap. Yes. There's soap. If you just head over to that aisle, you can find cleaning items. And the soap will be 1 silver for a nice bar of soap.
Okay.
We also need I'm trying to. Well, I mean, I don't know anything about the road to where are we headed?
Do you have any
Avenhurst?
maps?
Maps. Maps of.
Just as a general, is this a continent or is it the entirety of Altonia?
Oh, yes. We do have a map. Let me go find it for you. It's pretty detailed as well. And it goes into the back a little bit, and you hear like a little rattling around, and then comes back with this like large document and places it out onto the table, and it is a map of the entire world, but it actually looks pretty detailed. This is the best I've got. It is a bit pricey, as I don't really have a better one. It's 5 gold.
This is easily doable.
Okay, so you're up to 16 gold, 1 silver.
We would also like rations. How many should we get? I mean, I still have all of mine because I didn't fall in the water, but y'all fell in the water, and I remember your food got kind of messed up.
That's a good point, and that was myself and also young Dobbsworth had that problem. Cindric, did your food get ruined by you wading through the sewer, or was it?
Some of it, not all of it.
Yeah,
I'd say
you have 10 days worth.
Yeah.
We had, yeah.
Yeah. So I'd say about 5. You have 5 days still left. Quinn and Dobby, yours is completely.
Yeah. So
I mean, you could eat it. You're just not sure how well that will go.
I'm not sure if I'll die of dysentery out on the Oregon Trail. Yeah,
Nice.
I gotcha.
Take a chance.
No, thank you. I will replace all 10 of mine.
Okay. So 10 days ration. That will be 5. 5 times 10. So 50 silver. 5 gold.
Okay.
5 gold for 10 days of rations. So if you want more than that, it's 5 gold per 10 days.
I'll take care of that myself. I'll go ahead and just subtract that from my own money.
Okay.
Okay, so you got rations.
I'll also cover the silver for the soap since that's for Oriana.
Okay, so that's just 16 gold right now for everything else.
Okay, so Quinn, you just got rations for yourself?
Yes, so far, and I paid for that myself out of my own money just now.
I will also pay for 10 days of rations.
Okay, 5 gold.
I will give him
coming out
5
of my own.
gold. Yeah, I'll give him 5 gold for 10 days of rations to give to Dobby.
Okay.
You said it was 6 gold for the 3 tents?
Yeah.
So I'll just hand over my 2 gold for that.
Okay.
I'll hand over 2 gold for mine.
And I'll hand over 2 for mine.
Okay, so it's just the 10 gold for the traveler's cloaks, and what was the other thing that you got?
The map.
Oh yes, and the map. No, and
How
there
much
was
was
something. There was something else that was 1 gold.
The rope.
The rope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'll pay for the rope.
Okay, so rope. So
And then the map was 5.
5 gold for the map, and
I'll take care of that too.
Okay, and 4 gold for your cloaks.
You know what? I'll take care of that.
I do have a little bit of a list as well. So how much would 5 rations be?
2 gold,
gold.
5 silver.
Okay, so I'll definitely do that. Let's see. Okay, so here's kind of what I wanted to, look for. Some chalk.
Chalk?
A bit of, like a small piece of metal or something that I can
Okay,
use
how
as
much
like
chalk
a mirror.
do you want?
Like probably.
How many pieces?
How many pieces come in like a container?
Probably like 5, so it's about 5 copper for.
Yeah,
for 5
that'll
pieces
be
of
fine.
chalk. Okay.
Yeah.
So you get 5 pieces of chalk. Yep.
Look for something that I can probably polish up and use as like a mirror.
A mirror. Yeah. You can get a mirror.
Yeah, it's something small, not anything big.
Small mirror. So I'd say that's about like just like a hand mirror.
Yeah, something that I can either
Say about a gold.
signal light or something
Yeah,
like that.
I'd say about a gold for that.
So, all right. So we got. You said 5 copper for the chalk.
Chalk and 1 gold for the mirror.
1 gold for the mirror.
And I'd call it like a steel hand mirror.
Okay. What about some firewood? Some bundles of firewood.
Wood. I'll say for that. So a bundle of firewood, I'll say puts you about a silver.
So that's 1 silver.
Are you
and that's
getting
just for one
single bundle? Yeah, that'll get you like one fire probably.
Let's do 5 of them.
Okay, so 5
just
silver.
in case. Another bar of soap.
Okay, silver.
Let's see.
I'm also going to get a mirror too, just because I think Oriana would probably have a mirror.
A gold.
I want to also, if I can, pick up like 2 small empty sacks. So not like backpacks, but like small little pouches.
Satchels?
Yeah.
Small ones, like small enough to like carry like almost what you would use as a money pouch, or like put like small amounts, or like a satchel that you'd like carry over your shoulder kind of thing.
I'd say probably maybe carry over their shoulder. That way, if we find something that we do need to carry, we don't have to worry about like bundling. Okay. Yeah.
I'd say maybe it'd be like maybe like 2 silver for like 1 sack.
So
like at least made of like heavy enough material that you could put something weighty enough that it wouldn't just tear apart.
So I'll go at 2 of those. That'll bring
so 4
that
silver.
up. Yep. That'll bring that up to 2 gold and 5 copper so far. Some cooking supplies.
Cooking supplies. Okay.
So like a pot or pan, things like that. Maybe like, a grate to put over the fire.
Like a mess kit?
Well, a mess kit is for eating.
Mess kit's for eating.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not for cooking.
I have one of those.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how much they cost. Hang on, I just gotta. So cooking utensils. Yeah, 1 gold for cooking utensils.
And do we want to pick up more than 1 set or just 1?
I mean, 1 was probably good enough, unless you feel like we need an extra.
I'm gonna give you guys access to party loot as well, so you can put some of this together if you want to do it.
We'll pick up just the 1 for now. And I also want to pick up a bag of flour.
You should have access to it now in the journal and also the map. Let me
Sweet.
add this to your journals.
You wouldn't happen to have any soap that smelled like flowers, would you?
Soap that smells like flowers.
Or sandalwood, either one.
The soap that we have, I think, smells like lavender, so it's a flower.
I'll take that.
Okay, 1 silver.
I'll hand that over.
Okay.
So how do I add things to the party loot?
You should be able to edit it, yeah. Click the edit button at the top.
When I click edit, it gives me the option to change the name.
It should give you the option.
Yeah, scroll down.
Scroll down, yeah.
Description and notes is where you put it.
Okay, there we go. Cool, got it. So, yeah, I also want to pick up a bag of flour.
Okay, that'll be, I'll say like 2 copper.
And I want to pick up a bag of bearings to replace the bearings that Dobby spilled on the floor.
Oh, ball bearings.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
1 gold for a bag of 1,000. Another bag of 1,000.
Okay. And I think that was everything I wanted. I really don't need a crowbar.
Okay.
You are a crowbar.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's everything. So it's 4 gold and 7 copper.
Okay. So just remove that from your loot or your money. Anyone else? Anything else?
Just
Good.
one other thing I can think of. Would I be able to use because I have a dagger in my inventory, would I be able to use that for, like, shaving?
Probably
Yeah.
not. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't be great.
Okay. I would want to get, like, just for the hell of it, shaving kit.
Okay.
We're gonna be on the road for a while, if there is such a thing.
Yeah. So, shaving kit would be, I'd say, probably a silver for
Okay.
like a straight razor and some like lather to put on your face to make sure that it goes smoothly.
Okay.
And maybe it comes with like maybe a towel to like just wipe your face down.
Okay, cool. I will get one of those. Try to think of anything else I want to grab while I'm here.
I would also like to pick up like a knife, just like not like a dagger, but like a knife, or like if we have to cut rope or anything like that.
That's basically a dagger, isn't it?
Well,
I think it's like
just
not going
need
to
a
use
dagger.
it as a weapon.
yeah, I know what you mean.
I have a knife.
Yeah, I think like a small knife is
Yeah, I
probably
got a small
like
knife.
2 silver.
Okay, so yeah, I'm going to pick one of those up.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
I think that's it. I added the bundles of wood and the cooking utensils to the party loot.
Okay.
Cool.
And also I'm going to add one of the empty sacks into there as well.
Okay. And I assume you're
Make
just
sure you
you're
save it.
placing that on the cart when you get out.
Yeah, I'm going to keep one in my backpack, though.
Okay. One what?
The empty sacks.
Oh, of the MP sacks. Yeah. I was gonna
Yeah.
say I don't think
Cool.
a bundle of wood will fit in your backpack.
No.
yeah.
The bundles of the wood,
stay on the
are
cart.
going to
Okay.
be, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So he just says, "Thank you for your business. It seems like you're going on a long journey. Be safe out there."
Thank you, kind sir.
Thank
We
you.
didn't get your name.
Taylor.
Taylor.
Yes.
Thank you, Taylor. Good to meet you. If we are ever back, we will make sure to stop by.
Good to meet you too. Safe
Oriana.
travels, Oriana.
Right, so we go and load the cart with all our newfound items and prepare to move out.
Okay.
I dumped 10 rations into Dobby's lap.
Okay.
These are for you. I'm sorry I pushed you into the sewer water when I turned into a wolf.
He's gonna be hugging onto these rations as he's trying to go to sleep.
Okay.
And I'll take the traveling cloaks that I picked up, and I'll just start handing them out to
Okay.
to the three.
Oh.
While we were down in the I forget what it's called, the Hell Pit area, whichever it was, I don't really care anymore. We all did tend to stick out a bit, so I thought possibly these would come in handy. Something to look at Perry, like you said, try to blend in a bit.
Well, if we're out, I appreciate it. If we're out in nature, I should fit right in.
Right, you should in nature, but we're not staying in nature 100% of the time. Plus, these are traveling cloaks, a bit resistant to the weather, just in case we need such a thing.
Are you saying, Quinn, that my traveling wear is not subtle? As I point out the bluish-green designs that stand out.
I'm sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear you over your wardrobe, love.
About as subtle as all of you guys look in this city.
Quinn, remind me to help you learn sarcasm again. The lessons did not stick.
I believe that was sarcasm. Possibly you weren't paying much attention.
I think he was doing sarcasm. Never mind.
Anyway, thank you, Quinn, and I'll put the cloak on over my stuff.
Okay.
I'll do the same.
And
I
Baltime,
think-
he gave one to you as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
I'll
we should
put it on.
get going. I mean, Dobby is cuddling rations in the cart.
We
Yeah,
forgot
he's
one
about
thing.
to start like.
Forgot one thing. We might want to pick up some pittons for the tents and stuff like that.
Would that come with?
Yeah, the tents would come with materials to like
Stake
them
them down.
down,
stake,
Okay.
yeah.
stake it down. Yeah.
I assumed.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
It's not a very
tents
good
come with
tent if
stakes.
it doesn't come with the parts that allow you to like hoist it
You
up,
know-
Here's this
and the part that
cloth.
allows you to stick it down. Yeah, here's just a giant piece of cloth.
We got blankets. We
Here's a
can get
cloth.
tents.
Here's a stick. Make it fucking work.
I didn't want to assume.
Just a tarp with a piece of rope that you
Yeah.
can tie to two trees.
Yeah.
Sorry, fuck off.
Blanket forts. Blanket
Beam.
forts.
I see nothing wrong with that.
In these times, that's what we all need.
But yeah, so
A
you
blanket fort.
you have all your stuff. You put it in your cart, and you
So did we buy any
can
toilet
tell
paper?
that the light is now like the sun is now beginning to set in the west.
Okay.
This is D&D,
as
sir.
it's
Toilet
beginning
paper is called
to
leaves.
Get dark.
So,
Well.
next question. Does anyone know how to ride one of these?
I
I'll
You
put
mean
the
drive
map-
a cart?
What? Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, Baltame asked, does somebody know how to drive a cart?
Yeah, I was like, well, I can manage it, and then I'm gonna, pat horses, and then hop up into the driver's seat and load up. We're moving out.
I'm gonna give Dobby the bearings and at the same time try to take a gold coin from him.
Okay.
You look at him knocking out, man.
It's only
Yeah.
fair. I mean, it is technically his money. I paid
Also-
for him.
Also, we're talking about fairness. Don't think I didn't notice that.
Dobby,
someone
go ahead
bought
and make
rations
a perception with disadvantage.
Gotcha.
to replace ruined rations, and I got
And
none.
Cynric, if you want, go ahead and make a sleight of hand.
Ooh, I'll do a sleight of hand.
Take one, leave one.
Take a
Oh,
break.
that's
yeah.
that one.
You notice him like fiddling as he can't get really. You keep your coin purse very like up in your like clothes. It's kind of like hard to get. And you feel him like fiddling around and poking you, and like he kind of like tickles you a little bit.
Yo. Yo, the fuck you doing?
Stealing a gold coin.
You wanna lose a finger?
Really? I'll physically take the coin and give him the bearings.
Oh, you want me bearings? Yeah.
Yeah.
I need more of these.
Okay, he lets you take the coin.
Alright. I'll use the map to kind of figure out where we need to be heading on the road.
Okay, you can tell that you pretty much need to go due south
Okay.
at this point.
And then I'll
Alright.
roll up the map and I'll put it into my map case that I
And you
conveniently
see that
have with
sort of
nothing
the
in it.
first stop on the way is a village called Ivor.
Right.
But it looks like, based on just understanding of travel, sort of the distance marking on the map, and how you're going to be traveling with the cart that you have, and the horses, it's probably going to take you a good 3 days or so, 2.5, 3 days to get there.
Okay.
It'll be a road trip.
All right. So
I'll
you
plan
guys.
it out.
So Quinn, make an animal handling check for me, please.
I can do that. I actually have proficiency. Yeah.
Sad thing is, I have proficiency in sleight of hand, and I still got a nat 1.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, 18.
Yeah, so you stroke the horses for a second. You flick your wrists and they begin to and starting to head you out of this little sort of central courtyard area just in front of the floating disc. The sun is starting to, like, it's going down beyond the horizon at this point, and it's going to get dark. You're not going to get very far unless you want to continue pressing on through the dark and potentially start to get a little exhausted.
Nah.
But you can maybe make it another hour or so.
That's probably good enough. Just like because there's nowhere to
Actually-
stay up here, I'm guessing, right?
No, you do notice a little inn at the top of the canyon
Okay.
that is here. It's small, and it looks like it's just like a stopover for travelers who are weary or those who are setting out later in the day and want to get an early start in the morning.
So exactly marketed towards people in our situation.
People like
cool.
us. Yeah.
Well, do
Yeah,
we,
either you guys are people just coming in and like it's
Right.
like the dead of night and they don't like, or pretty close to night, and they don't want to head down to the city into the fog and into the promenade because it's probably cheaper up here to stay than stay in the city as well.
Which with the better view, you'd think it would be the opposite.
Some would
Okay.
disagree and
Alright.
say the view's better in the promenade.
You,
Better
you
view,
pay
but
for convenience.
Less entertainment.
Exactly.
well, do we want to head out or do we want to stay at the inn?
Well, at this point, we'd be looking just to find some place to rest.
Right, we'd get maybe another hour out, and then we'd have to find a place to make camp. So it's either we stay here, or we push on for a bit longer.
I see benefits either way, so I'll go with majority, I guess.
We could let fate decide once again.
I say camp.
So you
Spending some
wanna-
time in the outdoors might not do us some bad things.
I mean, we could get about an hour out of town, and then we would be out of town. I'd say ask Dobby, but he's asleep, and I poke him with my quarterstaff.
If you get poked.
I don't think he's gonna care what we do right now.
You'll be asleep. You don't care.
What do you think about him?
Pull out a gold coin. You can let
Oh
fate
yes,
decide. Doesn't matter
yes,
to me.
you always flip a coin. Quinn, preference?
Well, the inn would cost outside's free.
That's
That's
my
my
feeling
own.
exactly.
That's my only opinion on it.
I like to sleep outdoors. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm fine with pressing on for a bit. Hopefully, we can find a nice spot to make camp. So
Then
we
let's
just-
do that.
All right.
Yes.
Yep.
Right on for about an hour. Like.
Okay, so you begin riding on for about an hour, and go ahead and make a survival check.
Okay.
I don't suppose I could assist him by helping.
Yeah, you can
Since
assist
map
as
and
your
everything.
as your
Yeah,
As your-
I was gonna say.
thing. But
I-
go ahead,
Alright.
Quinn.
I'm gonna- Oh,
Ooh.
Oh,
15.
not a bad first roll.
You might not need the assist.
Well, let's give it a shot.
All
I'm
right.
gonna keep that 18.
All right. So as you begin to exit the small township at the top of the canyon, the road leading forward opens into rolling hills of green as far as the eye can see. The sky above paints a picturesque vision of the countryside before you. As you get a little bit further out, various herd animals can be seen off in the distance grazing in the fields, and dots of trees and bushes can be found throughout. The fresh air sort of washes over you, and it is crisp and comforting after leaving the stench of industry and pollution behind. You see a little sort of area off to the side of the road that looks like it's been used before as a campsite. There's not really anywhere to sort of hide or use as cover in this area, as it's very wide open, but it looks like it has been a camping spot for travelers of some sort before. Whether it was used at nighttime or just during the day as a stop, you're not sure, but it looks like it's a worn, used area.
Well, they can just point that out like, I suppose that looks like as good a place as any for us to bed down. Shall we go ahead and start unpacking?
Yeah.
Right,
Think
so-
that's for the best.
Alright, so I'll pull the cart over and Park start unloading things. Eventually unload also Dobby. Just, pick him up and...
I say just leave him in the cart for now. I mean, how does the weather look?
Yeah,
It's
that's a
clear.
good
It's
question.
clear skies right now.
Yeah, I say leave him in the cart. He'll be fine.
Okay.
Good enough.
As long as we don't let him get
You
sunburnt tomorrow.
you unhitch the horses and like tie them, tie them down with like a python or something like that to make sure that they don't. But they're free of the burden of the cart on them at this point.
Yeah.
And you start setting up your tents.
Yes.
All right. It takes you about a half an hour or so to set up your tents, and at this point now it's pretty much dark. You do see various stars in the sky, and you see the bright moon above you. It's I'd say a half moon at this point. And yeah, and one of you can grab one of the bundles of firewood and kind of like lay it out in the little sort of stone circle that's been set there so that fire doesn't encroach upon the rest of the grassland, and kind of set it up to light it. Yeah, no problem.
Since they're doing the tents, so yeah.
And then I guess I'll grab first watch.
Okay.
While everything was being set up, Oriana's just playing on her violin softly again.
Okay.
Some chords and tunes are starting to sound familiar to the group.
Okay.
So she's just, working on practicing.
Okay. Is anyone
just
doing
find
anything
a-
before bed?
I just find a place in the grass and lay back. And
Okay.
just lay in the grass and stare at the
Should-
sky.
Okay.
Should we figure
Are you
out...
gonna make grass angels?
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah.
Should we,
I'm not judging. I'm just asking if that's what she's doing.
Should we figure out what the sleeping arrangements are? Who's taking watch when?
Well, I
Well,
think
like-
Henrik
Said
takes
first
first
watch.
watch.
Right. And who
Well,
goes in
we
what
could have done in groups if Dobby won't,
He can be in the third group. Let him sleep it off.
We'll consider him useless for this night.
Either that, or he can just take watch a bit hungover in the morning, like he deserves.
I can always do first round on my own.
No, I mean first watch of the morning. Sorry, the last watch of the night. We
Yeah, but
wake
he
him
was
up
saying,
before
I
everyone
think,
else.
that he could take first.
Yeah.
And then
He would
two
just
people
watch
and
by
two
himself.
people. Yeah.
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 2 and 2.
I don't think Dobby's going to be much use, even if we let him sleep and let him take the last watch.
I suppose not.
Then let's just let him sleep, and Sinra can take the first watch alone, and I will assist you a little bit here.
It'll be the quieter for it as well.
Yeah, and I will.
Inspire him?
Yeah, I'm looking to see what I got for Sinric here. Ooh, only one left. A beast self-reliant, as tall as the day is long, just a gentle giant.
Alright, take your inspiration.
All right.
Alright,
I'm
you
gonna
guys
need it.
head in your tents
Mm.
to go and sleep. And Sinric, you begin your watch, and go ahead and make a perception check for me.
There we go. It's 14.
You get a d6.
Can add a
as well.
d6.
Okay. So it's a 15.
Okay. It's nice. It's relatively quiet. You hear a few crickets. You hear the wind just gently blowing through the tall grasses. You hear a few rustles in the grass in various distances, but nothing that sounds like it's coming towards you or going to encroach upon your camp. And it's a relatively just quiet and peaceful watch as you take in the fresh air once again, more comforting given where you've lived and your time on the sea. And yeah, do you want to do anything for your watch, or just?
No, I mean, I'll probably, I won't be on the lookout for any like animals to hunt because I don't have anything to hunt with besides the halberd.
Okay. All right. So your watch goes by uneventfully, and you go to wake the next group. Who are you waking?
Oh, okay. I guess what I'll do is I'll wake Quinn and Oriana.
Okay. So you wake the two of them, and
Yep.
go and sleep yourself. And Oriana and Quinn, you get up, come out towards sort of the waning sort of embers of the fire that's sort of like dying down at this point, and it's peaceful out here. And go ahead and make a perception check, either both of you or one with advantage.
What do you want, Chad?
I don't know.
All right, let's just both do it then.
Cool. And 1, 2, 3, shoot.
10.
19.
Okay. So again, as you're just looking around in this sort of unfamiliar landscape, it's beautiful. It's nice to be back in normalcy, so to speak. You can see the sky, you can see the moon and stars. You're breathing fresh air. You're hearing sounds of life other than steam and metal and people. It's calming.
Nice. Just sort of breathing in is like, it's nice to be able to breathe
Dying.
without wishing your lungs would just have some sort of filtration system built in them that'll keep all the crap out. But I like it.
Yes, I must say, Dash is not one of my favorite locations to have been traveling to.
No, it's definitely different from back home.
Not sure if I prefer Prestdale over Dash, but at least it was breathable.
I will give it that. It was. I can't really say I prefer either, honestly. But I would probably take Prestdale over this. So. He's just not getting out of anything back out in the wild for a little bit.
Yes, but it seems that we have gotten in over our heads, as it were.
Well, we've been in over our heads ever since we got to town. I don't think this is much different. At least now, we may be in over our heads, but at least we're in with a group that's also in over their heads. So now we have something in common with more people.
Yes, that is a fair point.
I don't think anyone knows about what they're doing any more than we do at this point, you know.
Such a weird group.
Mm-hmm. But I have nothing for that. That's just exactly true. Right? But, it's a good kind of weird. At least for the most part. I swear I'm my hair's breadth away from just grabbing Dobby by the belt and just throw him into the nearest tree head first.
Something tells me that man is a little bit more bravado than intention, as it were.
Yeah, it reminds me of back home. There's a dog.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like the town mutt. Nobody knows who owns him. I don't think anybody actually does. And you get anywhere near him, like there's a radius. You get so close, he just starts barking like crazy. Like all of a sudden, he's just going to come flying at you any moment. But then you get slightly closer, he sits down, he rolls over, shows his belly, starts begging for treats, anything to make you back off or at least give him something. Literally, all bark, exactly zero bite. I would say Dobby reminds me quite a bit of that, except I did see him kill people, so I'm not sure exactly how much that applies, except maybe socially. Socially, he's nothing but bark.
That would seem accurate from my observations. He definitely seems to let his mouth get him into a lot of trouble. So, best that we are not making him the spokesperson.
No, I am not going to be in any situation where he is the one making the deal. If I can avoid it, thank you, no.
And, for Mr. Sinrick seems that he can certainly handle his drink. Perhaps we make sure that somebody is, a designated, observer.
Of which one? Dobby or Sinrick? Because I defy you to stop that mountain of a man.
They are sort of attached at the hip, it seems. I'm not suggesting that somebody needs to prevent them from having fun. More of, preventing that fun from getting out of hand.
That's fair. I suppose the best way you can do that is to stop leaving them entirely alone while they go wandering off.
It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, we did that this time, and then when we came back, Dobby was drinking himself all the way down to the floor, and Sinrick was using Dobby to try to put a new hole in the wall as he exited, just with using Dobby's face. Now, entertaining as that was, and as much as I did enjoy it, I'm thinking it's not something we want to be a common occurrence.
No, definitely not. Then there's Mr. Baltain.
Sorry?
He seems like a level-headed enough gentleman, so I do question his use of arcane force to pick a lock.
Well, there's also when he jumped in that well,
Well, yeah,
to try to solve a puzzle while drowning.
He seems a bit impulsive at times, yes.
He does. Seems a little nice enough. And I did have a talk with him the other night. We have more in common than you might think. He's also trying to find someone.
Oh. Perhaps we are not all strangers after all.
And, well, not anymore, anyway.
Then this is Miss Perry. She's, interesting.
That's a word. That is definitely a word.
I can honestly say that I've never met a person who turns into dog.
I don't think I have either. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Seems quite useful as long as it's not knocking me into a bloody river of sewage.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I remember reading some fairy tales as a child of people who could shift their form in such ways, but I did not expect it to be real.
Well, I mean, I've never seen such thing before. It seems fairly natural to her, especially when she just does it out of some sort of strange reflex. But I will say, for someone in possibly the most secluded place in the middle of nowhere, to go wandering out just to see if she alone can stop whatever's killing all of her people, the stone's on her for making that attempt. I don't know if it's bravery or stupidity or a mixture of the two, but
Does not strike me as unintelligent. She strikes me as someone who commits to an idea and will be willing to do anything to get that accomplished.
I mean, there's also that. But I'd say whatever the motivation she has, I respect the holy hell out of her for doing it.
What do you think they think of us?
Well, they think you're shite at the violin.
Okay, so You forget to tune the instrument one time.
And then another time after that, and then another time after that.
We were in a sewer.
You tell yourself whatever you need to, but that's what they. I would imagine that's the first thing that comes to mind. Oh yeah, she's absolute shite at music, which is really strange because she's supposed to be good at it.
They've
Or
heard me play
actually,
some good tunes.
no. I would say of you, they probably think every time she says she's good at something, she turns to be absolute shite at it. Literally, you say, "Oh, I'm really great at this." No, you completely shit the bed. Without fail.
Perceptive. I can check for traps.
I was looking for the traps. I was not looking for the rats, okay?
A trap and an ambush are basically the same thing. It's
I don't
a trap
disagree.
laid by living creatures that are going to attack you with themselves, as opposed to a trap laid with a big old honking piece of iron that's going to fly out and hit you in the face.
All
How
I'm going
are
to
these things different?
all I'm going to say is nobody else saw the giant spider until it dropped on top of us and tried to eat us.
Right, which was exactly the job you said you were great at, and then again completely shot the bed. That is most likely their perception.
Then I won't be the one who looks for traps.
Or just don't be the person who says you're great at something. Just come in understated. Just, fly under, just right under their perception. Just sort of come in and do a fantastic job. Don't announce how great you are first. And then it'll be, oh, look at that.
Fine.
You did amazingly. Wasn't it just grand? Something like that. Just a suggestion.
I understand your point.
As far as me, I don't know. They can't seem to get past the hair.
No, they don't seem to see anything but the fact that your hair is fire.
I'm fine with that.
I believe the young people of the road call it lit.
I do not know how to respond to that. Other than I don't think I like it. I've been called worse, so that's fine.
I get one. I get
First
one.
little silent psyche damage that I take from this.
Oh,
You mean the
boy.
player, the character?
The player.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Waiting for you to try to incorporate fleek next.
No.
Please don't. Please don't.
All right. So you guys,
Yeah.
you guys continue your watch until time is at the end, and you finish another uneventful, quiet night, peaceful, and you go to wake up Baltaim and Peregrine
Yes.
before heading back to sleep. The last bit.
Yes.
All right. The two of you get up and make sort of a general pace around the camp, and go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay.
I'll assist you.
Okay. Perception. Oh, that's a 17.
Okay, 17. All right. You again. It's quiet. As the night continues on, it's peaceful for you, Peregrine, as you're back out in nature, away from all of the metal and steel and steam and smoke of industry. And you do hear a few various crickets. You hear a couple of hoots of owls that are off in the distance in various sort of tree copses. And you hear the rustle of little ferrets and squirrels that must be hunting in the evening just for their food for the night, or for a place to sleep, or getting back into their dens. But it's quiet and it's nice. It's temperate weather. It's a little chilly, a little cool, but wrapping your cloak around you is still much more comfortable than where you just were.
the first thing I'm going to do is get out my journal and I'm going to sketch the campsite
Okay.
and make a note about our travels.
Okay.
While she's doing that, I'm kind of like she kind of sees me like just again like in a ritualistic like sitting down pose, just kind of sitting down, and I pull out my blade and it's golden, and I just do a small prayer over it, and then in my like hour it turns white.
Paul, did your sword just change?
Oh yeah, I guess this will be the first time you've seen it. Yeah. Kind of hold it up.
Why? And how?
Um, those are good questions. Well, how is I assume I'm doing it, but I'm not really sure why per se. Uh, I was kind of look over to everyone. They're still sleeping. Uh, this sword belonged to my sister, and I believe the reason why we're out here and why I met you all and why we entered the sewers has to do with what uh, I believe, by the gods themselves tasked to doing.
Which is what? I mean, why would you be tasked to go into the sewers and to meet us?
Well, I think there was some luck on the coincidence that happened of meeting you all and going to the sewers per se, but there's darkness in this land, and I think I am meant to rid it.
In which man?
The land.
Oh, land. I'm sorry. I'm tired. It's been a long day. Uh, that's sort of part of what my people are supposed to do. When Melora gathered the ocean in at first, our job was to look after the land. Our job was to take care of nature and to teach people how to do it. And then we kind of stopped doing our job. The elders think that's why everybody's getting sick, that Melora is punishing us for not doing our job. But I think it's a little more than that.
Perhaps there was Maloro talking to me. I thought it was Savandra.
I mean, we don't necessarily anymore like worship them like in temples or anything. But the legends all say that Melora gathered the Ocean together and tasked them to wander the earth and wander the world and live at peace with nature and protect all that was good and natural and keep the balance. And then she just sort of set us free. So I don't know. I mean, it could be her. It could be any god, I guess, which is kind of scary.
Some of those traits sound familiar to my dogma of Avandra. She's quite about freedom, trade, luck, chance, balance.
Everything in nature has a place and a job. Even things like the dung beetle. Everything does its job to keep the circle of life going and to keep the cycle from being broken and throwing everything out of balance. That's why the city feels so wrong. There's no natural balance. I mean, even the air itself is dirty.
Guess I never really thought about it like that.
I mean, what do I know though? I've never actually been out of the forest for whispers until now. Um, people don't leave.
Well, there's a lot of wisdom in not knowing things.
I promised my brother I would take lots and lots of notes and sketch everything I saw. Because we've kind of just fallen out of the world and forgotten that anything exists outside the forest.
So you're isolated.
Very. I mean, we're isolated from our own people. There
Right, you said your
are 5
clans.
tribes. There are 5 groups of us. And we scattered across the world. And I'm just from one of them.
You fear that maybe the rest of your tribe is also suffering from the same illness?
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, that's the thing is we know they exist, but we don't communicate anymore. So for all I know, every single tribe of Oceanin is suffering from this plague, and no one has an answer. Or maybe one of the other tribes has found an answer. But I don't even know where they are.
I think, Peregrine, I have a good feeling about this.
You
I think
keep
we're on the
saying
right
that.
track. Yeah.
I
do.
hope you're right. I really hope you're right. And I really hope I made the right choice leaving. I really hope I didn't just abandon my family when they needed me the most.
I don't think you abandoned them. And I kind of go over and kind of like pat her on the shoulder.
Thanks. I hope you find what you're looking for. I'll help if I can.
Thank you, kindly. I think we'll both find what we're looking for.
Melora Willin, as my mama always says. Melora Willin.
All right. And as you continue to watch as the sun begins to slowly rise up over the horizon in the east, beginning to, in orange light, cast its glow across the wide fields, making the grass almost look like straw as the dawn continues to rise. And you begin to contemplate the journey you have to take over the next little while and what you've managed to get entangled in, not knowing if you're moving towards the goal you originally set out to complete or have become encompassed by something even larger than anything you ever thought possible. And as you go to wake up your companions to begin your morning routine, that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Cool.
We didn't die.
Not yet.
So, hope you all enjoyed. Sorry for the initial technical difficulties. Streaming is tough, especially with everyone being remote. It's even tougher now that remote is a thing that like literally everyone is doing, or as many people as possible. And so ISPs and technology and things are not always the easiest to deal with. But thank you for sticking with us for tonight. I hope you enjoyed. Please do let us know about any other forms of streaming you'd be interested in seeing from us. Feel free to tweet at us, or we did a poll earlier today. Feel free to answer that poll. We'd appreciate any responses that we get so that we can figure out like what's the next thing that we should take on. Otherwise, thanks for sticking with us. And remember, folks, it's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Have a great Friday, make good choices, and we hope to see you back here next week. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See y'all later.